Lansing's only sports station. The Game, 7:30.
Let's play.
Good evening and welcome to Doubting Industries' presentation of high school football. On the Game, 7:30 a.m. WVFN and the Lansing Sports Network. I'm Brock Palmbush. Doubting Industries sponsoring us tonight and all season long, as well as the Lansing Sports Commission. And we're very happy to be joined tonight in sponsorship by Keen Store in Mason. It's a big one tonight from Mason High School. Division III District Championship. The 8-2 DeWitt Panthers at the 10-0 Mason Bulldogs. We got a busy hour coming up before we get to game coverage just before 7 o'clock. My interviews with Rob Zimmerman, the veteran head coach of DeWitt, followed by my interview with Gary Houghton, the veteran head coach of Mason, and then my two-part interview with Brian Calloway from the Lansing State Journal and LSJ.com. But before we get to all of that, it's time once again for another edition of This Week in High School Sports with John Ross.
The first serve of the volleyball postseason is in the air, and it was points galore on the football field in round one of the postseason tournament. I'm John Ross, and this is This Week in High School Sports, powered by Michigan Student Aid. The volleyball postseason gets started this week with district play. 32 district winners in each of the four divisions will advance to regionals next week. Regional winners face off in quarterfinals on Tuesday, November 14th, with those winners all meeting up in Battle Creek. Kellogg Arena is once again host for both the semifinals and finals. The semifinal round will be Thursday and Friday, November 16th and 17th, with the finals on Saturday, November 18th. Divisions 2 and 3 will play their semifinals on the 16th, with Divisions 1 and 4 on the 17th. And on Championship Saturday, the Division 4 final will start the day at 10 a.m., followed by Division 1 at noon, Division 2 at 2:30, and Division 3 at 4:30. All semifinal and final games will be available to watch on the NFHS network or to listen to on the MHSAA Championship Radio Network. For updates on who's advancing and where the next round will be played and at what time, be sure to check out MHSAA.com and click on Volleyball. North Branch, Pewamo, Westphalia, and Mount Pleasant Sacred Heart will all be looking to win a second straight title, while Bloomfield Hills Marion will be trying for a fourth straight title in Division 1. It's time for Game Balls when we highlight a trio of standout performances from the past week. First, Alma soccer star Leo Richter. He's the school's all-time leading scorer with 91 goals. His 91st came in a 2-1 win over Fremont, and that victory sends Alma to its first ever boys soccer semifinal appearance. Buchanan's Emma Miller, she finished first in a Division III cross-country regional and helped her school to a first-place finish as a team. Miller turned in a time of just over 20 minutes. And to the Mount Pleasant Sacred Heart 8-player football team's entire defense. Playing an all-gray Sims team that averaged more than 50 a game, Sacred Heart held them to 0 in a 34-0 shutout win in round one of the 8-player playoffs.
For high school seniors, the matchup of the year isn't on the field. It's actually online. That's right. When you fill out the FAFSA, the free application for federal student aid, you could also be eligible for thousands of dollars in additional money from the Michigan Achievement Scholarship. Yep, nearly 80% of students who fill out the FAFSA may be eligible. Now that's a matchup we can all root for. Get started today at michigan.gov/achievement. The Michigan Achievement Scholarship. It's a game changer.
Our weekly Be the Referee feature takes a look at the fine art of officiating with registered official Paige Winnie.
I am running a great race at Michigan International Speedway. I'm about 2 miles into the 3.1-mile event, and I am on track to set a PR for the season. As I run towards the next turn, a runner a few steps to my left cuts right in front of me, causing me to slow down and nearly stumble. I regain my balance and keep going, but lose precious seconds during the altercation. Is interfering with a runner a penalty? It is. If a race official sees a runner bump, trip, or run across another runner's path, causing them to change course or lose their natural rhythm, it's interference. The runner charged with interference is disqualified. The runner who was interfered with continues on with his or her race.
Thanks, Paige. Now more than ever, we need officials. If you're interested, Please go to the MHSAA website now to register. The first week of the football postseason is in the books, and there were a number of eye-popping notes from the 128 games in 11-player and 16 games in 8-player. 3 3-win teams made the playoffs. One of them, Lansing Catholic, got their 4th win and advanced. The Cougars will play Ovid Elsie in round 2. They say beating the same team in back-to-back weeks is tough, but in Division II, both Birmingham Seaholm and Midland Dow did just that. Seaholm knocked off Groves 56-49 for the second straight week, and Dow took care of crosstown rival Midland 14-7, a week after beating them to end the regular season. Davison and Caledonia had the offenses revved up. Davison beat Lapeer 76-35. That was also a Week 9 rematch that went Davison's way. Caledonia put up 72 in a win over Portage Northern. Gobles notched its first ever 8-player playoff win by beating Mendon 50-14. Complete coverage of round 1 and a look ahead to round 2 is all at MHSAA.com. You've been listening to This Week in High School Sports, powered by Michigan Student Aid, a production of the MHSAA Network. Thanks for joining us. I'm John Ross, and we'll see you next week.
So, Lansing Sports Station, the game, 7:30 a.m.
Back we are on the pregame show. Doubting Industries presentation of high school football, also brought to you by the Lansing Sports Commission. Happy to be joined now by the 25th year head coach for the Panthers of DeWitt High School. He's Coach Rob Zimmerman. Coach, thanks so much for coming on once again. Congratulations on getting this far again.
You're very welcome. Thank you.
Well, you're coming off a big win over Fenton last week at home, 56-28. And the thing that sticks out to me, Travers Moore. Now, he was, when we saw you play Mason in week number 2, he was part of like the running back rotation. Looking at the game recaps and looking at the stat sheet that your stat crew, the best stat crew in mid-Michigan, sends me every single week, it seems like he's kind of taken over the number 1 running back position as the season has gone on. You've seen him practice. You've seen him play. Has it really worked out that way?
Yeah, he would definitely be our number 1 guy, but we still play him at slot. I mean, he moves around quite a bit.
Okay.
We rotate a lot of guys through, but the last 4 weeks or so, he's really progressed, and he had a great game Friday night. He had 4 touchdowns against Grand Ledge as well, and he's incredibly talented for a sophomore for sure.
Only a sophomore, more young guys for DeWitt, so the future is bright, obviously. The Larner brothers were excellent as well. Elliot Larner, your quarterback, dual threat guy, 6 for 12, 129 yards. He did have an interception, but threw a touchdown and had 10 carries for 98 yards. You're seeing a lot of quarterbacks in high school now become more dual threat guys. Is it just kind of the way the game has evolved, at least at the high school level, or are you just adjusting your offense to the abilities and talents of your quarterback?
I'm not sure, for everybody else, but for us, we've used the quarterback in the run game a great deal for a long period of time, and Elliot's a perfect fit for what we do. He had made some mistakes early in the season, but he's been outstanding since week 3 or week 4 for us, and he went over 1,000 yards rushing, I believe. I think he's over 1,000 in both, and if he's not, he's done close. So he's had a heck of a season. We got him back for another year.
Rob Zimmerman, the veteran 25th year head coach for the Panthers of DeWitt High School. 8-2 on the season, finished second in the CAAC Blue behind East Lansing, coming off a big win over Fenton. What is it about this team? Obviously you had 2 great years with when Tyler Holtz was your quarterback. Last year weren't quite as good, but yet next thing you know, you're in the state semifinals. What is it about this program that that you kind of instill in this team that when it gets to the postseason, they kick it up another notch?
I think it's an expectation. Our kids, we've played in a ton of big games over the years for a long, long period of time, and so our kids have experience playing these kind of games, and it's an expectation. They feel like when we get to this time of the year, we've been fortunate and put together an awful lot of good runs, so they expect to win. And you have to get better each week, and we're incredibly young. We started 9 underclassmen on offense Friday night, 4 of those being sophomores, so it's taking a little bit of time for these guys to gel, but we're super happy with the progress they've made, and knowing that we're going to have so many of them back for the next 2 years.
Yeah, absolutely. Like I said, the future is bright. We're talking with, as well as the present, obviously. We're talking with Rob Zimmerman, the 25th year head coach for the Panthers of DeWitt High School. You know your opponents. They're the Mason Bulldogs. They beat you at DeWitt High School in week number 2, 42-23. The thing that impressed me in that game, you felt you were down 35-0. It was a running clock situation, but your kids never quit. They came back and made it 42-23. That's really a credit to them, because there's other schools that would have, I wouldn't say quit, but kind of be like resigned that, hey, we're not going to come back in this game. We're just going to try to get through this game without any injuries. Your kids never quit, and I mentioned that on the air multiple times. They never quit playing and made it, a respectable final score, especially in the second half. You played a terrific second half.
Yeah, I mean, we put ourselves in a huge hole. I mean, we had 3 turnovers in the first half, and you can't do that against a really good team. And, that put us down a ton. And we turned it over twice inside of Mason's 5-yard line. And so, we have a lot of things to obviously improve upon from how we played against them the first time. But I think we're a much different team in a lot of different ways than we were early in the season.
Yeah, you've gotten better, like you said earlier in the interview, and what we've been following throughout the season. Let's talk about Mason now. You know about their terrific junior quarterback, Kason Carswell. 17 of 21, 246 yards, 3 touchdowns. He's getting some Division I looks now. He's going to be back for a senior year next year. But they've got a lot of seniors, including their terrific running back, A.J. Martell. Over 1,000 yards rushing. He had 127 last week with 2 touchdowns, and he can catch the ball out of the backfield. And they got guys galore as far as wide receivers on offense. Tyler Baker, Caleb Parrish, Derek Badgley, and they have really good offensive and defensive line. It's just just a terrific Mason team, and they've been great the last 3 years now. Last 2 years in the semifinals, and now undefeated right now.
Yeah, they're very talented, no question. I think A.J. Martell is just a tremendous high school football player and comes across as a great kid. We're super impressed with him from that standpoint as well. And they do have a lot of talent. I mean, they have a ton of guys that are 3-year varsity players. And to be honest, this is kind of it for them. I mean, they drop off significantly from where they're at. So there's pressure on them to win the whole thing, because it's going to be a lot different deal because they're so senior laden. But we're going to have to play our best game of the season for sure. And obviously there's a lot of weapons to stop there.
So do you try to do anything defensively, scheme-wise or anything like that, or just, figure out a way or to get the kids to play better defensively?
We certainly have some things that we've worked on,
okay.
And it's kind of give and take. I mean, again, they're very talented. So, we feel good about the progress we've made, where we're at, and we feel like we can go into this game and not have to worry 1 ounce. We don't have any pressure on us. It's entirely on them. So our kids are loose, and they're ready to go, and we'll just see what happens. So
practice has been pretty good this week?
Yeah, we've had a great week of practice. Again, we don't have any pressure on us. I mean, we got a bunch of young kids that are just getting better each week, and so we can go in there and just play our hearts out, and nobody's given us a chance. So it's a great thing for our kids. It's a little different than what they've been used to, and it's a good thing for us. So we're excited for the opportunity, and we'll see what happens.
So other than what you've said before about the mistakes you made in week 2, you had turnovers and penalties and stuff like that. Other than turnovers or penalties, what are 1 or 2 keys for a big DeWitt, what would be an upset win over a terrific Mason team?
Well, I think you got to keep the ball out of their hands as much as you can, because obviously they're very good offensively, and you have to eliminate the big plays for them. I mean, Martell's without question the key to their team. I mean, as he goes, they go, and they certainly have a lot of other weapons, but he's the heart and soul of that team. And again, we're super impressed with him as a player and character-wise. I mean, he appears to be a great kid, and so we're going to have to slow him down, and then everything else will have to come off from that.
Isn't this why you still coach high school football after all these seasons, after all these years? You're here 25 years, 28 years total. Isn't this why you do it? Games like this?
Yeah, I mean, I'm super excited for the game. I think it's going to be a lot of fun, and we're just going to continue to get better with this group of kids we got, and whatever happens, we'll build on it. If we win, then we're going to be ready for the next week. And if we don't, then we got all those guys back in the weight room from next year, and we'll be even better team next year with having so many kids back. So it's a great scenario for us. It really is.
He's Coach Rob Zimmerman, 25th season at DeWitt High School, 8-2 on the season. Coach, thanks so much for coming on. Congratulations on getting this far. Best of luck against Mason.
All right, thank you.
And you're listening to your trusted source for high school sports coverage, the game 7:30 a.m. WVFN, brought to you by the Lansing Sports Commission and our title sponsor, Dowding Industries.
WVFN.
Joining us once again on the pregame show, the seventh-year head coach for the unbeaten Mason Bulldogs, 10-0 on the season. He's Coach Gary Houghton. Coach, thanks so much for coming on. Congratulations on a great season so far.
Thank you, Brock. Thanks for having me on.
CAAC Red champs as well, outright champs there. You beat Linden last Friday in the district opener, 45-20. And once again, your key guys getting it done for you. Quarterback Kason Carswell, he was outstanding, 17-21, 246 yards, 3 touchdowns. A.J. Martell, 2 rushing touchdowns, over 100 yards. Had a touchdown reception as well, and an interception on defense. That's getting it done on offense and defense.
Yeah, our guys have just been outstanding. They're just kids that have just been making plays all year, and they just continue to impress me on every level.
Yeah, they really do. They've just had tremendous seasons. And Caleb Parrish, 6 catches, 85 yards, and a touchdown as well. What is it about the offense? Is it scheme? Is it talent? Combination of both? Which is it?
I think it's a combination of both. We've put together a scheme that really works for the kids we have, and we have some really talented kids that allow us to be really good at running and throwing the ball. So, it makes it really hard to stop our offense at this point.
Yeah, it's been very difficult to stop the last few years. 2 trips to the semifinals the last couple of years, and now in the district finals once again, the Bulldogs of Mason hosting DeWitt. You beat DeWitt back in week number 2, but this team, DeWitt gets better throughout the season. They showed it last year, got off to a slow start last year, and ended up in the state semifinals in Division III before losing to Muskegon. This looks like this is pretty much the same with Rob Zimmerman's Panthers.
Yeah, I would say they are, based on film that we've seen, they are much improved. They've eliminated a lot of their mistakes that they were making early on. We're anticipating this to be a very, very competitive game.
So, Coach, talking about this game, a lot of hype coming into this game after both teams won last Friday. DeWitt, Travers Moore, 15 carries, 172 yards. Oh, yeah, and 5 touchdowns. He seems like to have taken over as the top running back for Coach Rob Zimmerman.
Yeah, he's an outstanding running back, and we can't forget, their quarterback runs the ball really well in addition to that. So their running offense is outstanding.
Yeah, that you're talking about Elliott Larner as well. He did throw a touchdown pass and rushed for 98 yards as well. So he's kind of a dual threat guy. We're talking with Gary Houghton, 7th-year head coach for the Bulldogs of Mason High School. Coach, what's it been like coaching with high expectations for this team? With the success of the last 2 seasons, expectations were very, very high. You got a lot of seniors on this roster. You got a lot of juniors that have a lot of experience as well. What's it been like coaching under those expectations?
I think it's been fun, I guess is the best way I can put it. I think sometimes people think that's a lot of pressure to live up to that, and I do believe that the pressure is a privilege. You're not in that position unless the expectations are high. So I'm a firm believer that if you're experiencing pressure, you're doing something right, and the expectations are high because of that. And I think this group has become accustomed to that pressure, and they're comfortable with it. They've been in the big games before, and it's kind of become a little bit methodical with this group
because of the experience that they've had. What have you done anything differently in practice this week? What do the kids kind of understand the pressure and the enormity of this game, relatively speaking?
They seem to have handled it pretty well. We haven't done anything differently. We've practiced in a different location, just looking for some better grass to practice on. Our practice field is pretty beat up, so we've gone to another location just outside of Mason, and so we've had some really good practices this week, and we're anticipating our game field will be in great shape for the game, and it's been a good week.
Any issues with the field or anything with the weather that we got on Tuesday night going into Wednesday with the snow? I mean, first snow of the season. Any issues with that?
No, I don't believe so. Our groundskeeper's been doing a great job repairing the field. It didn't get chewed up too bad from the last home game against Linden. And I believe, it's going to be in great shape by the time we get to Friday. Some of this is going to, the fact that we didn't get any rain or snow on Wednesday and none expected Thursday or Friday, and we have a little bit of a breeze and some sunshine, that should help dry that field out so it won't be quite as slick.
Yes, as we are recording this on Wednesday evening. Coach Gary Houghton, seventh-year coach of the Mason Bulldogs. Before I ask you about one or two keys, talk about the support in the community. It just seems to be even more so now with the winning in the last couple of years. I mean, it's always been there, but it's even more so now, isn't it?
Yeah, the Mason community has just been amazing. They've been outstanding with their support. They're very excited about what these kids are doing, and they're excited to see this game on Friday night.
All right, Coach Gary Houghton, what are one or two keys? Other than what you've mentioned before, what are one or two keys for a big Mason victory and another district championship in Division III?
I think we have to limit the big plays when DeWitt is on offense, and we have to create some turnovers, and we have to limit the number of penalties that we commit and turnovers on our own side when we're on offense. If we can handle those things, I think we're going to be okay.
He's Coach Gary Houghton, seventh-year head coach for the Bulldogs of Mason High School, 10-0 on the season. Coach, congratulations on the season so far. Best of luck. And I guess one other thing, in this games like this, isn't this why you get into coaching in the first place? One of the reasons, anyway.
Yeah, I mean, this is what you wish for, to be in the big games. You don't want to be in irrelevant games or insignificant games. I think this is what the kids are looking for. This is what the coaching staff is looking for. You want to be in big games. You want to be tested, and you want to be challenged, and those are things that make you better. And it's just an exciting atmosphere.
Coach Houghton, thanks so much for coming on. Congratulations, and best of luck against DeWitt.
Thank you. I appreciate you having me on.
And you're listening to your trusted source for high school sports coverage, the game 730 AM WVFN and the Lansing Sports Network, brought to you by the Lansing Sports Commission and by our title sponsor, Dowding Industries. Welcome back to the pregame show. Dowding Industries presentation of high school football continues. Also sponsored by the Lansing Sports Commission. Joining me now, the prep sports editor of the Lansing State Journal, LSJ.com. He's Brian Calloway. Well, Brian, a very eventful week number one of the playoffs. Lots of close games all over the place. We'll get to all the close games here, but let's start in Division I. Grand Ledge saw their season come to an end, losing at Grand Blanc 48-13. Man, I thought Grand Ledge would win this game. I thought they got a good draw, that they didn't have to play anybody from the west side of the state, but, man, the injuries that they had just did them in this season. A healthy Grand Ledge team, they might still be playing, but man, with all the injuries starting at the quarterback position, it just wasn't to be for them.
Yeah, it was really tough from an early season standpoint. I mean, obviously they got off to the start they did, starting 4-0 or whatnot. But then, when the injuries struck, I mean, it was just put them in a tough situation. But even despite those injuries, I mean, you look back to the game they had against DeWitt in the middle stages of the season when they were on their fourth-string quarterback and still almost found a way to pull that game out. And that was a tight game all the way through as well, too. So definitely showed a lot of fight, despite the injuries that they faced all season.
Moving on into Division II, East Lansing put away Everett 42-20. Everett had their chances to score, but to score even more points, but they got stopped a couple of times and committed 18 penalties. Yikes. You're not going to win very many games committing 18 penalties.
Yeah, you're not. But for Everett, I mean, this was a big step for that program, being able to, get a taste of playoff football. I mean, there's been some time for this program to do that. And, from talking to Coach Jaleel Canty after that game, I mean, he just kind of mentioned that, this was a big step for them, kind of showing, that, you can have success at the city schools. And obviously he mentioned, school of choice things. And a lot of people have been moving outside of Lansing. And, the best way to get people to stay and maybe come back is, to fill a winning product on the football field. And obviously this was a big step in that direction for Everett, being able to, first of all, make the playoffs and then, have a 5-5 season that they had as well, too, after some of the seasons that they've had recently.
Yeah, but however, for East Lansing, Ben Fletcher was very good, and Jace Clarizio, another 100-plus yard rushing game and 2 more touchdowns. He's just made a difference when he's come back.
No, he has. I mean, he's a very special player. I mean, you can just tell, the last 2 weeks seeing him, you can just tell that he's very, very special talent, and you can see why, some Division I programs are looking at him for sure.
Moving on to Division III, we're talking with Brian Calloway, prep sports editor of the Lansing State Journal. All right, Mason took care of Linden 45-20. Kason Carswell, 3 more touchdowns for him. A.J. Martell, 3 touchdowns for him, plus an interception on defense. And DeWitt took care of Fenton 56-28. Travers Moore become their leading running back. 5 rushing touchdowns against Fenton. Talk about Mason and DeWitt.
Yeah, I think this is what we expected. We expected both of these teams to meet in the district final, and both of them, took care of their business. Obviously Traverse Moore got a single-game school record with his 5 rushing touchdowns, and he's been an added dimension for them, and kind of come on in the later stages of the season for Mason to kind of go along with Elliot Larner and Abram Larner, who have been other big guys for them as well too, and obviously Mason continuing to do what it's been able to do. Getting contributions from a wide variety of people. Obviously, A.J. Martell and Kason Carswell are guys that we talk about on a regular basis, but so many other guys have made some plays for them as well, too.
All right, let's move on to Division IV. Hazlitt rode the Amakri brothers to another big win, taking care of an improved Adrian squad, 31-12. Nakai Amakri, 3 touchdowns, over 200 yards rushing. Hazlitt hasn't been, at the top of the mid-Michigan area because we've talked about Mason and Portland and Sexton a lot, as well as Poama, Westphalia. But Hazlitt, with the Amakri brothers, they always have a chance to win and showed it again last week.
No, they do. They definitely can always be in games with talents like them, and Nakai's had a pretty big season for them, and obviously they've thrown him under center at quarterback as well too, and had him running the show from there at times as well too. But definitely nice for them to be able to get themselves into a district final, and now they have tried to end what's been a long district title drought for the program.
Moving on, Sexton and Portland. Portland was able to win this one. Scored 27 unanswered points to beat Sexton. Caden Thalen, another outstanding game. This Portland team, it's rough that they have to go on the road this week, but another good win for Portland. They're 10-0.
Yeah, they've just been able to consistently take care of business whoever they've played. I mean, they've only allowed more than 8 points in the game just once this season, so they've been very dominant defensively. And it's always tough playing a team twice, like they were playing Sexton for the second time in 3 weeks there, but still able to take care of business pretty convincingly after getting off to the slow start there. So it's just been another very strong season for that program led by John Navarro.
Another strong season for Charlotte. Rough end of the season, though, losing 3 of their last 5 games. Heartbreaking loss at Hastings, 30-28. But this is a program that's headed in the right direction under Coach Mike Sparks.
Yeah, no, he's done a lot of good things for this program, and now they've become one of these programs that they've been a consistent winner over the last several seasons, and find themselves in the playoffs. I mean, they just keep running into Hastings in the playoffs, which has been the team that's ended their seasons the last, I think, 3 straight years now that Hastings has ended their season. So just a tough ending for them, but, another strong season for that program. And, this program has definitely made a lot of strides over here in the last 5 years.
And another program taking a step forward is Ionia under Coach Chad Reinhardt. They got shut out at Ada Forest Hills Eastern last week, 27-0. But, hey, getting into the playoffs was an accomplishment this year for them, don't you think?
Oh, yeah, definitely. And, just the way that they finished the season as well, too. I mean, you look at, the wins that they had over St. John's and, shutting out Lansing Catholic as well, too. And then, beating their rival Lakewood to end the season. So, they finished the season strong and with some momentum before the playoff loss, which is something that can be beneficial for them.
Williamston lost in Division 5 at Pontiac Notre Dame, 35-6. That was kind of expected, especially after Williamston lost to Goodrich in week number 9. But just another solid season for Steve Kirsten and his Hornets.
Yeah, they really had a tough draw, and they were in a district where, several teams, I think there was all 4 of the teams, or might have been, or 3 of the 4 were in top 10 in playoff points in Division 4 and Division 5 there. So it was definitely a tough draw. But Williamston, being able to finish as the CAAC Red runner-up this year and played good against a lot of competition as well too. I mean, you look at the regular season finale against Goodrich, and that was a very competitive game as well there too as well. So yeah, and another good season for them. Just a tough draw that they had in the playoffs.
All right, on to Division 6. Ovid LC had a real good game from Trace Tokar. They were able to beat Ida 14-3. Lansing Catholic got a great game from Alex Fernandez, their quarterback, and stopped a 2-point conversion in the final seconds to win 35-34. And unfortunately for Olivet, they lost last Saturday at Constantine 42-18. Your thoughts on those games in Division 6?
I just think, obviously Lansing Catholic was the big surprise out of that group of games, For them, I mean, they really struggled to end the regular season, dropping their last 3 games, and then, to go on the road and upset a team like Michigan Center, getting the late stop, and then also getting the performance that they got from Alex Fernandez. I mean, that was big for them. I mean, they're a team that has had some injuries that has hurt them a little bit this season as well, too. But, hey, now they have a chance to play in a district championship game, despite entering the playoffs with a losing record for a second straight year. So I guess that speaks to, the consistent growth of those players and the consistent fight that they've been able to display.
Bath was able to, I thought it was a mild upset, beating Langsburg at home 16-14. Langsburg beat them in the regular season. Bath, however, was able to get revenge behind Bradley Ullman, 199 yards rushing in a score.
Yeah, Bradley Ullman's been a big factor for them, on offense. I mean, just the way they carried the ball. He's a 1,000-yard rusher during the regular season. Obviously added to that total again last week, and has them in the district final and gives them another rematch with Palmbos.
And speaking of PW, another great performance by them. Dylan May, 5 total touchdowns. They beat Perry pretty easily, so that was not a shock there. In Division 8, Saranac lost at Saugatuck 42-27, but a very good season for them, making the playoffs for the first time in a number of years. Fowler failed on a 2-point conversion with 2 minutes to go and lost at Ithaca. That was a brutal draw for Fowler. They had a heck of a year, though.
They really did have a heck of a year. And yeah, I mean, they just had a tough situation with, I think they were going for the extra point and actually missed and then a snap issue might have caused a 2-point conversion miss. But, I mean, definitely, you hated to see a matchup like that to start the playoffs with 2 top 10 teams like that. And, for as good of a season as they had to have to go on the road to face a team like Ithaca and what was a very good game. And, Ithaca they outgained Ithaca by quite a bit as well, too. But, Ithaca got some, non-offensive touchdowns, which was able to help them out and to win a game like that as well, too. So,
and moving on into 8-player football, Morris was beaten in the final seconds by Deckerville 46-40. Deckerville scored in the final seconds to win, and Portland St. Pat's got a terrific performance from their quarterback, Leonard, who was just outstanding last week in their win over Fulton, who was a very good team.
Yeah, Fulton, Portland St. Patrick had to beat Fulton for a second time, and the first matchup between them was a pretty tight game, and that also was the case once again. And, Fulton obviously had ended the regular season with the upset of Carson City Crystal, which hadn't lost the game all season until that Week 9 contest. So that's a pretty big win for Portland St. Patrick to open the playoffs. And you mentioned Morris, and it's just a tough ending for them against Deckerville.
All right, we've reviewed the playoff Week 1 games. We'll get to week number 2 coming up on the other side. This is Brian Calloway, or I'm talking with Brian Calloway from the Lansing State Journal, LSJ.com. This is Brock Palmbos. We'll be back on the other side with segment 2 with Brian after these messages.
So,
WVFN Lansing Sports Leader.
Back for another segment with Brian Calloway, prep sports editor of the Lansing State Journal, LSJ.com. All right, we got 1, 2, 3, 4. We got 7 games to talk about. 6 of them are being played tonight, Friday night. And let's get to them. In Division 7, Bath is at Palmbos, Westphalia. PW won the first game back in week number 2, 21-0. I got PW in this game. I just think they just have too much, and this is one of the better teams PW's had. They've got Dylan May and Brayton Thalen on offense, and they've got a very good defense as well. I got PW in this one. How do you see this one?
Yeah, I also have Palmbos, Westphalia in this one as well, too. Obviously, these teams are both a lot different from than what they were in that week 2 meeting when they met. I think Palmbos Westphalia has figured out a lot of things since that meeting as well, too, and really gotten a lot better as we saw throughout the course of the season when you look at some of the wins that they were able to, get. Obviously, one against Fowler is one of those that stands out as well, too. So, and I think they've been really strong defensively all year, which has been very impressive as well, too. So I've got the Pirates in this one.
All right, moving on to Division 6, Lansing Catholic at Ovid Elsie. I think this is going to be a tight game. I took Ovid Elsie in this one. Trace Tokar had a very good game last week. It was a low-scoring game, but they were able to win 14-3, although a lot of people like Lansing Catholic. They just think they got the mojo going, even though they only have a 4-6 record with the win last week. How do you see this one?
Yeah, this is a rematch of obviously a district final that took place last year between these same teams. Lansing Catholic, was able to win that one. I have them going on the road and picking up another win over at LC. So I've got the Cougars in this one.
All right. Before we move up to the higher divisions, I forgot to mention 8-man Division 2. They play on Saturday. Deckerville, who knocked out Morris, is at Portland St. Patrick. This is a Saturday 2 o'clock game. I took St. Pat's in this one because they're at home. I think they'll win the regional title and move on. Brady Leonard was terrific last week against Fulton, but he's got some help around him. Braden Simon, Lucas Simon, a lot of other players as well. Good receiver in Tyler Grutheis. I got St. Pat's in this one. How do you see it?
Yeah, I also have Portland St. Patrick. I mean, they've been able to come out on the right end of a lot of close games during their winning streak here, and I think they find a way another close game here.
All right, into Division 4, Hazlitt's going to have a very tough test playing at perennial power Chelsea. I got Chelsea winning this one. Man, it would be a major upset, I think, if Hazlitt was able to go on the road and win this one. I have Chelsea in this one. How do you see it?
Yeah, I'm not sure. This Chelsea team is as strong as some of those other Chelsea teams in recent past when we've seen them make some runs. They obviously play some very good competition over there in the SEC White, which they played Saline, Dexter, and teams like that. So I like Chelsea in this game in a close one, but I think this is a game that has a chance to be in and potentially pull off an upset. I mean, as we talked about earlier, the Amakri brothers are guys that can be a factor and give you a chance in any game, and I think that they can have a good chance against a team like Chelsea. But I think Chelsea wins a close one.
In the other game in Division 4, Portland is at Hastings. I'm taking Portland in this one. I've seen them twice. You've seen Portland play. Pick against them at your own risk. Dominic Navarre has had a very good season at quarterback. Not as good as their running back, Caden Thalen, who's been absolutely outstanding. He had a big game last week in their victory over Sexton. I know they're going on the road to Hastings, and it's really weird that Hastings is 8-2 and Portland is 10-0, and yet Portland's the one that's going on the road. I'm taking John Navarre's Raiders in this one. I'm not picking against them here. Yeah,
and obviously Hastings, I think part of the reason that they are hosting is if you look at their schedule, the school sizes they play a lot of D3, schools, obviously being in the interstate 8, so they're getting tested against teams like Parma Western and schools like that. Whereas Portland's schedule is mainly D4, D5, some D6 schools. So that kind of is a factor as when you look at the playoff points. But I like Portland a lot in this one. I think that they continue what's been a very strong season and pick up a district title here.
I think the same for East Lansing in Division 2. They host White Lake Lakeland. I think East Lansing is too much. Ben Fletcher was good last week, but Jace Clarizio's been fantastic. And they've got other guys, too. Charlie Baker was not really a factor in week number 9 against Grand Ledge, but he was against Everett. I think East Lansing has too much, and they're at home. I like the Trojans in this one. How do you see it?
Yeah, I also like East Lansing in this one to continue their momentum and capture another district championship here.
And that would move them on to the regionals once again. All right, the game that you're going to be at, the game Erik and I are going to be at, DeWitt at Mason. This is a rematch from week number 2. Mason was able to win that one pretty easily, although DeWitt made it a game, did make it a game in the second half. It should be one whale of a game. I took Mason in this one for a couple of reasons. They're at home, and I think they have a bit more versatile offense, and I think they have a better defense than DeWitt. But, I mean, DeWitt's got the pedigree. They've been deep in the playoffs a lot in recent years. There's people that are picking DeWitt because they think that Coach Rob Zimmerman will just figure out a way to win, and I suppose that's possible, but I got Mason in this one. I just think they have too much. How do you see this one heading into tonight?
Yeah, I definitely see this as being a very good game between these teams. I went with Mason as well in this one and a close one. But I think if you're DeWitt, I mean, there's no really pressure on them. I mean, there's nothing to lose for them in a game like this. They're the younger team. They're not the senior-laden team that Mason is as well, too. So I think there's a little bit more pressure on Mason to kind of do things this year. But I feel like this Mason team is a team that, doesn't really the pressure doesn't really get to them much. They're kind of a looser group. But I think Mason wins a close game here.
All right. He's Brian Calloway, prep sports editor of the Lansing State Journal. Thanks for joining us tonight. And hopefully we'll talk to you next week. We know we'll have a handful of area teams at least alive for next week. We know there's going to be at least 3 because either Mason or DeWitt, Ovid LC or Lansing Catholic or Bath at PW are going to advance. So when we talk next week, we'll review the district finals and preview the regional finals next week. Thanks again, Brian.
Hey, no problem. Thanks for having me.
And you're listening to your trusted source for high school sports coverage, the game 730 AM WVFN, brought to you by the Lansing Sports Commission and by our title sponsor, Dowding Industries.
Lansing Sports Leader, WVFN.
And a pleasant good evening. Welcome to District Championship Football here on the game 730 AM WVFN. I am Brock Palmbush. And very happy to be here. We are outdoors tonight up atop the press box here at Mason High School for this district championship game between the Panthers of DeWitt High School and the home-standing Bulldogs of Mason. Mason won the coin toss. They will receive. They decided to receive in the first half. So that'll be interesting to see what happens. Erik Doc Love will join me very shortly. He is currently caught in traffic right now, and he will be here as soon as he possibly can. There are a lot of cars that are coming in here to Mason High School for this big ball game tonight between 10-0 Mason and 8-2 DeWitt. We also want to thank our sponsors for tonight, Jeff and Chris Metz and Dowding Industries. Recognizing the effort and commitment athletes give to the sport of football, and they're always interested in individuals that have the drive and desire to be successful in work and in life. Check them out at dowdingindustries.com. You may find a successful future here. By the Lansing Sports Commission. No matter the sport, the Lansing Sports Commission can make your next event your best event. Plan on something greater. Find out more at lansingsports.org. And we're very happy to be joined tonight by Kitzmiller RV, the key to quality RVs, and by Keen's Variety Store in Mason. Great gifts for the entire family all year long, and especially this time of year with the holidays coming up. That's a place to go if you want any holiday or / Christmas stuff. They have pretty much everything out there. Teams are coming out onto the field right now, and we'll be set to go here in just a few minutes from Mason High School. These two teams played in week number 2. Mason was victorious 42-23. And so DeWitt looking for revenge in this one, and the winner will move on to the regional championship next week, possibly against Walled Lake Western, who Mason beat last week, or not last week, but in week 8 of the regular season. Final preparations are being made. Teams are lining up for the national anthem, so we'll take a break and come back. You're listening to the Michigan High School Football Playoffs on the game 730 AM WVFN and the Lansing Sports Network.
WWVFN, East Lansing, a town square media station. The game, 730 AM, Lansing's only sports station.
Brock Palmbush here at Mason High School for this district championship game, and the Mason team coming out onto the field right now. They're going to be wearing their home blue uniforms with white numerals and red trim. They got the blue helmets with the Clemson-style paw print on their on each side of their helmet. Red stripe right down the middle with white lining around them. DeWitt in their road white uniforms with blue numerals, gold trim, and the Panther logo on each side of their helmet. 12 minutes are on the clock, and we'll be set to go here. DeWitt will be kicking off to start this game. Again, we are outside tonight above the press box, so if you hear wind, that's just part of the deal tonight, folks. Not the first time I had to call games outside. Didn't expect to do that when we got here tonight. My partner, Erik Docklev, will be here shortly. He's currently caught in massive traffic right now trying to get into the stadium for this game, so he'll be joining us very shortly, or joining me very shortly. Want to thank our sponsors again, Dowding Industries, the Lansing Sports Commission. Joining us tonight, Kitzmiller RV and Keen's Variety Store in Mason. Tell you more about them as the game goes along. Kicking off for DeWitt, number 35, Jonathan Schwartz, a senior. He'll be kicking off to Mason. A.J. Martell is back there. Here we go. Schwartz runs forward, kicks off, going to go into the end zone. Touchback out to the 20-yard line. Coming out for Mason will be their outstanding junior quarterback, Kason Carswell. A.J. Martell, their outstanding running back, and a slew of weapons for this Mason squad. Cole Reese, Nick Wells, Caleb Parrish, Derek Badgley, Tyler Baker, among the receivers that they have for Coach Gary Houghton. Ball on the right hash. Mason going from left to right to start this game. In the shotgun is Kason Carswell. Next to him in the gun is Martell. 4 wide receivers, 2 left, 2 to the right. Dropping to throw is Carswell. Throws out to the left. It's incomplete. Tried to find number 8, Derek Badgley, but he threw it over his head. Maybe the wind had a little bit to do with that. And 4 seconds into this game, we're at 2nd down and 10 from the 20.
2nd down, 10.
Number 4, Caleb Parrish, looking to get the play in from Coach Gary Houghton. They do. 2nd down and 10. Carswell in the gun again. Martell next to him on his right. 3 wide receivers to the left. Now a man goes in motion. Handoff. Martell over the 20. 25. Gets out to the 27. He's taken down there. Gain of 7. It'll be 3rd down and 3. First possession of the game. DeWitt and Mason. Winner moves on to the regional finals next week. 3rd down and 3.
3rd down, 3.
Carswell in the gun again. Martell goes in motion. Carswell throws over the middle. It is incomplete. Incomplete. Intended for Derek Badgley. Incomplete. And it's going to be 4th down and punt for the Mason Bulldogs. Just the kind of start that DeWitt wanted. 34 seconds into this game. 11:26 to go in the first quarter. And DeWitt's going to get the ball after a 3 and out. Mason back to punt. I believe that's Tyler Baker, number 12. 2 receivers back for DeWitt. Snap is good. Kick is away. It's a good kick, and it's going to dribble down about the 37-yard line of DeWitt.
Mason's punt is down on about the 41.5.
36-yard punt.
36.
No return.
Yard line.
So DeWitt will put the ball in play in their own 37-yard line. 11:18 to go, first quarter. We're scoreless, and this is DeWitt's first chance with the ball. Three wide receivers to the left. Their quarterback is Elliott Larner, number 3. He's in the shotgun right now. Larner, hands off left side. Over the 40, 45 to the 47. That's number 8. That's Travers Moore. He's been their running back, top running back in the second half of the season. He's been outstanding, well over 100 yards and 5 touchdowns last week. He needed 10. He got 11, or just over 10 yards. It's a first down. Tight formation for DeWitt. And it's Moore that gets it. He gets it into Mason territory. He's loose. He's inside the 40, down to about the 35-yard line. He's taken down there. Tyler Baker, number 12, takes him down.
And Baker with the stop for the Bulldogs.
And now we got a whistle, and we got a Mason player down.
Official timeout on the field for an injured player.
See who that is. Number 4, that's Caleb Parrish. Left arm hanging low. And he's going to have to go to the bench. Another gain for Travers Moore to the 35-yard line of Mason. Just over a minute into this game. Tight formation. Larner. Handoff. That's number 3. That's Elliott Larner. And he takes it inside the 30 down to the 28, maybe the 27-yard line, gain of 8. Number 54, Connor Osipsik.
DeWitt football, second down, 3.
On the tackle. Going hurry up is DeWitt, kind of a power set formation. Looks like Travers Moore. He's inside the 25, inside the 20 to the 18-yard line.
Moore with the carry.
They're going to mark him down at the 19-yard line.
The Bulldogs do it. Football.
Gain of 8. First and 10 DeWitt. 10-19 and counting, first quarter. Panther formation again. They ran this a lot last year. They take it to number 4. That's Abram Larner, Elliott's brother, and he gets taken down at the line of scrimmage. A slew of Mason Bulldogs there. Not much gain there, if any. No gain, as a matter of fact. Panther formation again, whistle, flag. Illegal procedure on DeWitt. First penalty of the game.
False start against the Panthers. Going to back it up 5 yards.
So that'll push him back to the 24-yard line.
DeWitt football, second down, 15.
First and 15. Second and 15, rather. Apologize for the wind in our microphones, but I am outside tonight on top of the press box. Panther formation here. And it's going to be taken by number 3, Elliott Larner. Gets it inside the 20, maybe to the 18. It's going to be third and long. 74, Grant Gilchrist on the tackle. 9:24 and counting. We're scoreless. DeWitt driving on their first possession of the game. Mason went 3 and out to start the game. Third and 9 from the 18-yard line. Another power set here. Snap comes to Moore. He gets it inside the 15 to the 10, inside the 10, inside the 5 to the 3-yard line. It's first and goal for DeWitt. Then the Travers Moore drive down to the 4-yard line, tackled by Sam Corey. DeWitt going hurry up here. Ball at the 4-yard line. Mason's got 12 guys on the field. Travers Moore is going to take it in knees close to the goal line. Gets it down to the 1, but flags fly, so stop the clock with 8:46 to go in the quarter.
Carry. Number 24, 44.
It's going to be a Mason penalty. They had 12 guys on the field because they were running a guy off. Yep, legal substitution.
Got a legal substitution against the Bulldogs.
It'll be half the distance. So move it from the 4 to the 2-yard line.
Half the distance to the goal.
First penalty of the game on Mason. Panther formation again. Travers Moore has it. He runs right, trying to get in the end zone. He does not get in. Mason strings it out, and they stop him short of the goal line. Maybe a gain of 1. And it'll be 2nd and goal.
Gain of 1 on the play.
It will be 2nd and goal from the 1.
2nd and goal.
8:35 and counting. Nope, clock stopped because he went out of bounds. Did more. Now under center is Elliott Larner. Going to hand off. That's Travers Moore. Did he get in? No, he did not get in. Mason stops him again at the 1. It'll be 3rd down and goal from the 1.
Making a stop for the Bulldogs. 44, Logan Dorff. And 8, Badgley. 3rd down, 1 for the Panthers.
Ball just outside the goal line. Power set again. Moore takes the snap. He's in the end zone. Touchdown, DeWitt. A 1-yard touchdown for DeWitt. Travers Moore. And it's 6-0 DeWitt.
Touchdown, DeWitt.
He just took the direct snap from center in that Panther formation that they ran a lot last year. Went right up the middle and powered his way into the end zone. 35. Jonathan Schwartz going to kick the extra point. Snap is good. The placement down. The kick on the way. It's line drive, and it's good.
The extra point is good.
And so,
with 8 minutes, 5 seconds
with 8:05 left in quarter number 1,
0, DeWitt,
it's DeWitt 7, Mason nothing. We'll take a timeout and come back on the game 7:30 AM WVFN and the Lansing Sports Network.
WVFN.
Brock Palmbush here at Mason High School. DeWitt has just scored. Travers Moore, a 1-yard touchdown run. Extra point good, and DeWitt's up 7-0 in this district championship game. Jonathan Schwartz kicking off, and he kicks it off into the end zone. Automatic touchback. Mason will get the ball once again on the 20, on their own 20-yard line, 1st and 10 from their own 20.
Mason football, 1st down.
Ball will be on the right hash mark. Mason going from left to right, north to south. Kaysen Carswell under center. Martell, the only deep back behind him, single back. 2 wide receivers left, man in motion. That's number 4, Logan Dorr. They're going to hand off to Martell. Gets to the 20 and taken down after maybe a gain of 1.
Making a stop for the Panthers, number 60.
Dominic Ryan, number 64, on the tackle. 7:48 and counting, first quarter. Was a gain of 1. I don't see Caleb Parrish out there. He got injured on the last drive for DeWitt playing defense. Carswell in the shotgun, all by himself, dropping to throw. Trying to get away from pressure. He's going to throw it. It's out, caught. Tyler Baker, 25, 30, 35, 40. He's still going, 45, 50. He's into DeWitt territory, steps out of bounds.
Doesn't pass complete to number 12, Tyler Baker.
We'll see where they mark the ball. They're going to mark it at the 40-yard line. So a gain of 19. First down for Mason. 7:15 to go, first quarter. Carswell in the gun. Carswell, jet sweep handoff, Martell. Good pursuit by DeWitt. He does not get back to the line of scrimmage. Loss of 2. 64, Dominic Ryan in on the tackle, amongst other teammates. Great pursuit by DeWitt on this play.
Bender with the stop for the
Loss of 2 to the 38-yard line. It'll be 2nd and 12. 6:53 and counting, first quarter. DeWitt up 7-0
football, 2nd down.
on a Travers Moore 1-yard touchdown run. Good to see Caleb Parrish back out there on the field. He comes out on this play. He was in on the last one. Left arm was hanging down after a play on the DeWitt drive. Carswell in the gun. He's got two running backs next to him. Now they got a bunch of motion here. Jet sweep handoff, Martell. We got a flag down. Martell gets out to the 45-yard line. We got a flag down. 6:16 to go.
Number 6, Scheiding.
Jack Scheiding on the tackle. Holding on Mason.
Flag on the play. Holding against the Bulldogs.
It's going to move the ball back to, I believe, the 29-yard line. It's going to be second and long. Yep, they mark it at the 29. 6:16 left.
Mason football, second down, long.
Second and 21 officially. Carswell in the gun. Had a great junior season for this Mason roster. 4 wide receivers, 3 to the left, 1 to the right. Martell next to him in the shotgun. Changing the play at the line of scrimmage. Now Martell goes in motion. Carswell throwing. He throws it over to Martell. He gets it out over the 30-yard line to the 32. He's knocked down there.
26 Martell.
53. Pierce Maxim was in on the play. Gain of 3, and it's going to be third down and 18.
Third down, long.
Carswell in the gun again. 5:40 and counting, first quarter. Martell in the gun again. Carswell deep over the middle. It's caught out to the 41-yard line by number 0, Cole Reese. Taken down by number 11, Jaden Bender. It's going to be fourth down and punt time from the 41-yard line.
Number 18, Drew Novak with the stop for the Panthers. Mason football, fourth down.
And it'll be fourth down, and Tyler Baker going to come on to punt for the Bulldogs. 5:10 and counting, first quarter. Baker standing on his own 28-yard line. Gets the snap, it's good, and gets the kick away. And it's taken by DeWitt. It's fumbled, but the return man falls on it at his own 31-yard line. That was Travers Moore. Tough to catch with the wind that we've got here tonight.
Making a stop to the Bulldogs, number 14.
He fumbled it, but was able to fall on it.
DeWitt football, first down.
So first and 10 from their own 31. 4:54 to go, first quarter. And DeWitt trying to add on to their 7-0 lead. Panther formation again. Travers Moore in the backfield with Elliott Larner. I believe that's Moore that's taking it. He gets 5. He gets close to 10.
Travers Moore with the carry.
Gets out to the 40-yard line. It'll be a gain of 9. Just taking the direct snap from center. Take a variation of the single wing formation.
For the Bulldogs. Gain of 9. DeWitt football, second down, 1.
Second down and 1. DeWitt taking their time here. 4:20 left in the first quarter. Already ahead 7-0. 3 wide receivers, 2 to the right, 1 to the left. Larner. Handoff. Fumble. That was number 4. That was Abram Larner. He fumbles it. Mason recovers in DeWitt territory at the 47 of DeWitt. Ball popped out of Abram Larner's hands, and Mason falls on it. And now Mason has great field position.
With the recovery for the Bulldogs. Official timeout on the field for an injured player.
Got an injured player out on the field. Can't tell who that is. 4:03 remaining in the first quarter, and that is number 4, Abram Larner. Ball popped out as he was going to his left. And when the ball popped out, a couple of Mason defenders were able to fall on it. So 1st and 10 Mason on the DeWitt 47-yard line. 4:03 to go, first quarter. Obviously, Mason's best field position of the night so far. Long way to go. We got 3 quarters to go. Carswell in the gun. Martell next to him. 3 wide receivers left. Carswell, low snap, dropping back to throw. Got plenty of time. Nearly stumbles and falls. Now he's going to scramble. And now he's going to throw it deep over the middle, and it's caught. Inside the 30, inside the 20. It's going to be a touchdown, but we got a late flag. So let's hold on here. It's supposed to be a 47-yard touchdown to Derek Badgley, but this one's coming back. 2 flags on the play. You can hear the Mason fans not happy. Blindside block looks like going to be a penalty, so scratch the touchdown.
Blindside block again.
Yep, blindside block. So it'll go back into Mason territory. $15-yard penalty. 3rd penalty so far for Mason. 3 penalties for 27 yards unofficially. Yeah, and you can hear the Mason fans through the microphone. They're not happy. But it will stand. It's going to be 1st and 25 from the Mason 38-yard line. 3:49 to go, first quarter. DeWitt leading Mason 7-0. Carswell in the gun. Nope, that's Martell taking the direct snap. 40, 45, out to the 47, maybe the 48-yard line. They get out to the 47-yard line. Just took the direct snap from center, did Martell, and he got 9 yards out of it. It's going to be 2nd down and about 16 or so. 3:29 and counting, first quarter.
2nd down, 16.
Nick Wells, backup quarterback. He's out to the right side. One of 3 wide receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Carswell dropping back to throw. Throws it back out to the right. It's caught by Martell, and he falls down at the 49-yard line. Tried to make a cut, and he slipped and fell down
Carswell's pass complete
for just a gain of 1. And it's going to be 3rd and 15. He had some yardage out there. Not sure he would have got the first down, but it's a gain of 1, and it's 3rd down and 15 from the 48-yard line. Their own 48-yard line. 2:44 to go. First quarter. Dropping to throw is Carswell. Throwing deep. He's got a man out there. Incomplete. Number 4, Caleb Parrish was out there, but there were 2 defenders out there. Number 24, Reese Baker, was one of them, as was number 4, Abram Larner. So it'll be 4th down and punt for DeWitt. 3rd punt of the game already for Mason. 2:37 left in the first quarter. Baker standing at his own 37-yard line. Good snap. Gets the kick away. It's over to the right. It's going to go out of bounds at the 21, maybe the 22-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10, DeWitt. 2:30 remaining in the first quarter. DeWitt leading Mason 7-0. Want to thank our great sponsors again. Our title sponsor, Jeff and Chris Metz, Dowding Industries, the Lansing Sports Commission, Kitzmiller RV, and Keen's Variety Store in Mason. They'll put the ball at the 21-yard line. 1st and 10 from their own 21. Elliott Larner in the gun. Hands off up the middle to the running back. Number 21, Robert Lilly, one of the backups. He takes it out over the 25-yard line to the 27. A nice game, just a simple handoff right up the middle. And he gets 6 yards. 2nd down and 4. 2:05 left, first quarter. 7-0 DeWitt over Mason. Elliott Larner in the gun again. Man in motion. Fake. Quarterback's going to take it. He's out over the 30, maybe the 31, 32. Elliott Larner, the carry. And I think it's going to be a first down. He does get the mark to the 32-yard line. It will be 1st and 10. And apologize for the wind through the microphones, but I am broadcasting outdoors tonight on top of the press box. Full press box tonight. They sent us outdoors. Elliott Larner in the gun. 2 wide receivers left. Tight formation. He's going to take it himself. Larner, 35, 40. He's got a first down out to the 45-yard line.
Larner with the carry.
Gain of 13.
Martell and Dorn with the stop for the Bulldogs. DeWitt football, first down.
1st and 10 from their own 45. Minute 23 and counting, first quarter. Here's the Panther formation again. Travers Moore takes it, runs to the right. 45, gets to the 50, into Mason territory to the 49, a gain of 6.
Martell
Taken over as their starting running back this partway through the season.
Gain of 6 on the play.
Gain of 6.
DeWitt football, 2nd down, 4.
Other games, lots of other games around the mid-Michigan area tonight. We'll try to get you updates as good as we can. Panther formation again. We're under a minute to go. Handoff up the middle to Moore. Not much there. Going to get a good mark to the 47-yard line, and it's going to be 3rd down and short. 33 seconds to go. They meaning DeWitt, does not have to run another play. And now we got a stoppage here with 27 seconds left. And not sure what's going on here. Well, I think we got, Trav Moore lost his helmet. He's going to have to come out of the game. That may be what it is.
DeWitt football, 3rd down.
It's going to be 3rd down and short when we restart. Could be at the start of the next quarter. Trav Moore lost his helmet. He's going to have to leave the game for a play. He's not happy right now, having to leave the game. Might have a clock issue here. It is going to be 3rd and 2 from the 47-yard line of Mason. Oh, they're going to put more time on the clock. 43 seconds left. Okay. And now the clock's running. So DeWitt is going to have to run another play here before the end of the quarter. Under 30 seconds to go, and now DeWitt's going to call a timeout. Yep, DeWitt's going to call a timeout. Their first timeout of the half. They have 2 remaining. With 28.8 seconds left, we'll keep it right here. Dowding Industries presentation of high school football brought to you by the Lansing Sports Commission. No matter the sport, the Lansing Sports Commission can make your next event your best event. Plan on something greater. Find out more at lansingsports.org. By Kitzmiller RV, the key to quality RVs. By Keen's Variety Store in Mason. Great gifts for the entire family all year long. And by our title sponsor, Jeff and Chris Metz and Dowding Industries. Recognizing the effort and commitment athletes give to the sport of football, always interested in individuals that have the drive and desire to be successful in work and in life. Check them out at dowdingindustries.com. You may find a successful future here. Brock Palmbos here at Mason High School. DeWitt leading Mason 7-0 near the end of the first quarter, coming out of a DeWitt timeout. $7-0 DeWitt, Trav Moore, a 1-yard touchdown run on their first drive of the game. Power set for DeWitt, and we got movement, and I think it's going to be, I think it's going to be on DeWitt. It is. Their second penalty of the game.
Against Panthers, going to back it up 5 yards.
2 penalties for 10 yards. They've got 2 penalties so far. Mason has 3. So it'll be 3rd down and longer, 3rd and 7. Third down and 7, back at their own 48-yard line. Elliott Larner in the shotgun. Elliott Larner takes the snap, and we got a whistle. Delay a game. Another 5-yard penalty.
Delay a game against the Panthers, going to back it up 5 yards.
That's 3 penalties for 15 yards for them. Going to move them back to the 43-yard line, their own 43, and it's 3rd and 12. Mason crowd going crazy here, trying to get them to get their defense to make a stop. Elliott Larner dropping the throw, throws it out to the right. He's got a man there. Incomplete. Incomplete pass.
Larner's pass intended for number 13.
Number 13.
Incomplete. Nick Wells with the cover.
John Amama on the was out there for DeWitt. Incomplete pass. And it'll be 4th down and punt. 21.8 seconds to go, first quarter. Back to punt for Mason, or DeWitt rather. Can't quite see who's that punting there for them, but it's a high, short punt anyway. And it's going to drop down out of bounds. That's 35, Jonathan Schwartz. And it's going to drop down out of bounds inside the 40, about the 37-yard line. So 15 seconds to go in the first quarter. DeWitt up 7-0, but Mason's going to have good field position at their own 37. First and 10, Mason. Their own 37-yard line. Been all DeWitt pretty much. They've been hurt by several penalties tonight. Both teams with 3 penalties so far. Carswell fakes the handoff. He's going to take it himself out over the 40 to the 42-yard line. It'll be a gain of 5, and that'll be the last play of quarter number 1. 5 seconds to go. That'll be the last play. And we've completed 12 minutes here at Mason High School. It's DeWitt 7, Mason nothing. Come on back for the second quarter. Here on the game, 7:30 a.m. WVFN and the Lansing Sports Network.
The game, 7:30 a.m.
Brock Palmbush here at DeWitt, at the Mason High School, rather. They're playing DeWitt here in this district championship game in Division III. Getting ready to start the second quarter. Eric Doc Love is here. He got through all the traffic. There were a lot of people out there, out on the main road. There's still people out on the road out here, outside the school here, trying to get in. And Doc, you ran into some construction too, didn't you? Hang on.
Plenty of it. And I'm parked about a mile away. So
you're parked a mile away?
Well, not exactly, but pretty far away.
It shows you how big this game is here at Mason High School. Mason hands off to A.J. Martell, caught behind the line of scrimmage, and he gets back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. DeWitt's done a good job of bottling up Martell so far. It's going to be 3rd and long.
I was listening on my jaunt around the mid-Michigan area trying to get here. And the DeWitt defense, which has had some issues this season, and the Mason offense, which has had pretty much no issues this year, it's been a flip side. And DeWitt, their offense has been very proficient here this year, and it sounded like they moved the ball pretty well in that opening quarter.
Well, they did on the first drive. On their first dive, Trav Moore took it in from 1 yard out. So we're starting here the second quarter. Case and Carswell dropping back to throw, throwing out there. It's caught into DeWitt territory. Inside the 40, inside the 30, inside the 25. That's Tyler Baker, and it's first down. And now number 4 for DeWitt, Abram Larner, slow to get up.
Baker with a huge post route. Carswell had plenty of time in the pocket before he finally threw that ball, and it allowed him to have the time to throw it because of the good protection by the line.
Carswell in the gun again. Handoff, Martell gets to the 20, and that's about it right there. Maybe the 19. It'll be a gain of 2, maybe 3.
And Reese Baker, the linebacker, coming in and making a stop. When I was listening, Brock, I mean, the run game hasn't been there like it has been so far.
So
this
far
year.
Bottled up.
Yep.
So far bottled up. Still a lot of time to go. 10:36, 10:35 to go in the first half. Game 2, ball touching the 20-yard line. Second down and 7. Packed house here at Mason High School.
Plenty of people standing around.
Yes, and there's still
no seats.
And there's still people trying to get in.
Yeah.
Excuse me. Carswell in the gun. 4 wide receivers. Martell, nope, fake handoff. Carswell's got it. He's inside the 20, inside the 15, inside the 10, inside the 5. It's going to be first and goal, taken down by Abram Larner.
Great decision on that. Martell, he had the option to hand him off to him in that kind of a jet sweep look. Carswell saw everybody collapsing and following along Martell to that right side, so wide open left end for him to run down and nearly get into the end zone.
He takes it down to the 5-yard line. Excuse me.
Just outside the 5 right now.
First and goal. Carswell in the gun. Logan Dorn next to him. Martell in motion. Badgley next to him. I believe that's Badgley number 8. Now we got guys in motion.
It's number 9, actually, Luke Gross. No.
Martell takes the jet sweep handoff inside the 5 to the 1. Taken down there.
You're right, it was Badgley. Badgley was one of the guys that used him as kind of a fullback, H-back look.
Number 6, Jack Scheiding on the tackle, but it's going to be second down and goal from the 1. 9:25 to go first half. Now they're going to mark it at the 2, actually. Okay. Doc, go ahead.
Interesting look and a different way to get Martell the ball. Instead of putting him back in the backfield and handing him off to him.
Yep.
Bring him in motion, give him a little bit of extra momentum going towards the line, and then have these 2 extra blockers coming in front of him.
From the Panther 2-yard line.
They do mark him at the 2.
Carswell out at wide receiver now.
Yeah, interesting. Logan Dorr and A.J. Martell in the backfield by themselves. Now they got a man in motion. Martell going to take it himself. 2-yard touchdown.
Easy.
You're right. That was easy. And Mason is on the board, trailing 7-6.
One of those plays where you spread them out. You get 4 wide receivers. You take the quarterback out, and you got 2 running backs in there, and you direct motion right to Martell, who has the option to hand off to the guy who's coming in from that sweep or taking himself. And I would have been surprised if he'd have handed the ball off, honestly.
Colin Winters is going to kick the extra point, or attempt the extra point, I should say.
If you couldn't tell, it's a little breezy.
Yes, again, we are outdoors, so on top of the press box. So bear with us with the wind, folks.
By the way, 23rd rushing touchdown of the season for A.J. Martell. My notes try to blow away.
Yep. Snap is good. Kick is away. Kick is good. Yeah. Kick is good. So, with 8:56 to go in the first half, it's DeWitt 7, Mason 7. We'll take a timeout and come back on the game 7:30 a.m. WVFN and the Lansing Sports Network.
Lansing Sports Station. The game 7:30 a.m.
Brock Palmbush, Erik Doc Love here at Mason High School. Mason has just scored on an A.J. Martell 2-yard touchdown. Extra point good, and we're tied at 7 with 8:56 to go in the first half. Looks like Tyler Baker's going to kick off here. Yes, he is. Kicking off from his own 40, going from right to left. Kick is high, it's deep, it's going to be in the end zone.
As they all have been tonight.
Almost, yeah. It is windy, and wind is a factor. First and 10 from their own 20.
20-yard line.
Talked about it in the pregame with Rob Zimmerman. You might have been listening, Doc, but Travers Moore kind of took over the main running back position gradually throughout the season.
Yep.
Well, he capped it off last week with 5 rushing touchdowns and well over 100 yards.
Well, Moore, only a sophomore, so trying to work his way into the offense and trying to find. He's listed as a wide receiver on the depth chart, but. I mean, if you find a guy who can do the job for you and move him to a different spot, it works out well.
Panther formation, again, this is just a variation of the single wing formation, but there's a lot more backs behind the quarterback, Elliott Larner, who's now, wishbone.
Yep.
First time we've seen this tonight. Handoff. Nope, fake handoff. Elliott Larner gets through the line, 25-30. He's got a first down, 40. Into Mason territory. Martell trying to chase him down. He does, but not after a big gain into Mason territory. He's down at the 34-yard line. Oh, let's do a quick count here. 30, 16, 46 yards.
Yep. Huge run out there.
Excuse me, guys.
With the wishbone back there, it kind of was almost a triple option look as far as, Larner had the chance to either hand off to a fullback, hand off to a running back, keep it himself. He kept it himself up the middle and had just a little bit of a way to skirt through there. Get a huge gain, and somebody else had it just in case Martell didn't track him down. There was a safety running a good angle.
Panther formation here. Who's going to get the ball here? Well, it's inside the 35. That's Trav Moore inside the 30. Still going, trying to get the first down to the 25, maybe the 24. It's going to depend on the mark. The ball popped out, but DeWitt recovered it, and we'll see if it's a first down. It's very close.
Yeah, if it doesn't get it, it's just short.
And Corey with the stop.
One of the line judges has it right at the 25, so they need to get just past it.
Second and short. 8:19 to go first half. We're tied at 7. Power set again. Handoff Moore. He's got the first down. He's inside the 20, inside the 15, inside the 10, down to the 6-yard line. He's taken down there by, I believe that's Martell.
Yes, Martell, another touchdown-saving tackle on this drive. And Trav Moore with a huge run up the middle. They're doing this inside. This is between the tackles.
Yes. 8 minutes to go, first half. Tied at 7. First and goal from the 5. Elliott Larner under center. Wishbone behind him. Fake handoff. Larner takes it. Tackled behind the line of scrimmage. Logan Dorr.
Yep. Dorr comes flying in. That junior linebacker comes in, and it's one of the quarterbacks got to read and look and see, okay, what's my best option on this play? And he didn't see Dorr coming in and getting the loss.
Second down and goal. Loss of 1 to the 6. If you're Mason, you just want to force a field goal attempt. With this win tonight, field goals and extra points are
DeWitt brings out some
potential
wide
problem.
receivers.
3 wide receivers. They're going to hand off up the middle. That's number 21, I believe. Robert Lilly, the backup running back, gets inside the 5, and he's pushed back to the 4, maybe the 3-yard line, depending on the mark. It's going to be third and goal.
If this was early in the season for Coach Rob Zimmerman, Lilly's the number 1 back.
Yeah.
But Moore has transitioned and made that. And so Lilly comes in as a change of pace back, but he couldn't get in that time.
Third down and goal from the 4. Inside 7 minutes to go in the quarter. Elliott Larner in the gun. Now we got a man in motion. Larner, jump pass, throws over the middle, incomplete. Tried a Tim Tebow jump pass, and there was a receiver there. Was that Moore?
No, it was number 10. It was Jacob Scorfar, the tight end. They tried that jump pass. They've used that for numerous years, and it's worked rather efficiently for them. But that time, the pass was a little bit awry, and I think maybe he was trying to compensate for the win.
And now,
yards for number 35.
Number 19. Is that 19 or 8?
No, he's the holder.
Oh, that's who it is. Yep, Jonathan Schwartz is going to kick a 20-yard field goal from the 20, left hash mark, so it is at an angle. Here's a high snap. It's down. The kick is on the way. Partially blocked.
Yep.
Partially blocked. Mason turns them away.
Mason's had several block kicks so far this year defensively, and they do it again. I think the kicker was trying to get a little bit lower and keep it away from the wind up high, and that affected it, and Mason turns away the Panthers after a really good drive by DeWitt.
Really good drive by DeWitt, but they get stopped, and a ball comes out to the 20-yard line. 6:42 left in the first half. On any missed field goal in high school football, comes out to the 20, no matter how far it is.
Yep. that one would have came back to the 20 regardless because that's where he was kicking from.
Yep.
I can check my stat sheet here real quick. Schwartz first missed field goal. He was 1 for 1 from 24.
Okay. Yeah. You don't see very many. You don't see very many field goals at the high school level, but you never know when you might need one.
Unless you got a stud guy.
Yes. Carswell in the gun. Martell in motion, thrown out to the left. That's Badgley, and he's got a first down. Just a simple slant route, left the wide receiver on the left. That was Badgley, and he's got a first down to the 31, gain of 11.
The play action with Martell coming in motion, that freezes the linebacker who would have been back in that space on a slant. So that frees up that area for Badgley.
Fake handoff to handoff to Martell. Carswell takes it himself, and he's going to have close to a first down. Takes it over the left side. Going to be close to a first down. We got a late flag, I believe.
I think DeWitt might have called a timeout. Was it before that play? No, it was after the play.
Nope, they're calling a timeout. That's their second timeout. They got one left for this half. We'll take one ourselves. It's DeWitt 7, Mason 7 on the game, 7:30 a.m. WVFN and the Lansing Sports Network.
Lansing Sports Station. The game, 7:30 a.m.
Palmbos, Erik, Doc Love here at Mason High School. Coming out of a DeWitt timeout. DeWitt's only got one timeout left here for the rest of this half. Mason's got all three. It's going to be 1st and 10 Mason at the 41-yard line. Obviously, Coach Rob Zimmerman didn't like something after that play.
Like I said, that was a real quick timeout. Like the play had just ended and they were calling a timeout.
Yep.
And generally, you don't see that, especially on the defensive end.
No. Penalties right now, 3 for 15 for DeWitt, 3 for 27 for Mason. DeWitt has the only turnover on the game. There was a fumble by Abram Larner in the first quarter. However, Mason didn't score on that. Mason has the ball at their own 41-yard line. Carswell in the gun, dropping to throw, looking. He's going to throw it deep. He's got a guy out there. It's Tyler Baker. This is going to be a touchdown. He's all by himself. A 59-yard touchdown. Casing Carswell to Tyler Baker. The defender fell down, Doc.
Yeah, it was Trav Moore. Trav Moore was one-on-one. They faked that same play they had before where it was A.J. Martell's a slot guy, comes in motion. He can either hand it off to him or throw the slant. They fake the slant. It's a slant and go. So he puts a move on him, gets all the way down there. Moore tries to slow him down, and he falls down, and it's an easy touchdown for the Bulldogs. It's an advanced concept right there for high school offense, the slant and go. Something you would see in the college and the pro levels.
Yep. Colin Winters going to kick the extra point. It's up. It's good.
Yes. The extra point is
Colin Winters hits the extra point, and with 6:10 to go in the first half, it's Mason 14, DeWitt 7. We'll keep it right here, Doc. Let's see if I can move my papers here without them blowing away. I've already lost a few notes already, Doc. The other games around the area tonight. White Lake Lakeland is at East Lansing. Portland is at Hastings. Hazlitt at Chelsea. Lansing Catholic at Ovid LC. Bath at Pewamo Westphalia. Those are the other games tonight. We'll do our best keeping you up to date as much as we can.
What surprises me that Portland wasn't at home tonight.
Me too. Me too. Deckerville is at Portland St. Pat's tomorrow at 2 p.m. So that's the other game tomorrow.
Corona's up 14-7. That's a somewhat local area team. Let's see if I can find some other scores real quick before we try to get this kickoff here. PW 28, Bath nothing.
No surprise there.
About 5 minutes left in the first half.
Colin Winters is going to kick off. Number 90. 6:10 to go, first half. Kick is away. And it's fumbled, picked up by number 2. That's Jensen Ridley, number 2. He fumbled the kickoff. It was a bouncer, took a shortstop bounce right in front of him, bad hop. Was able to pick it up, but only got out to the 16, maybe the 17-yard line. So not the greatest field position for the Panthers on this drive. The 17-yard line, that's where they'll start.
Yeah, and he tried to make a cut, and the turf monster reached up and grabbed him, too, and he fell down on that one. Real quick, this was 18 minutes ago, but end of the first, Hastings 16, Portland 14.
Wow. I'm surprised by the score.
Yeah.
Not that it's close, but that score is very surprising. 1st and 10 for DeWitt. 3 wide receivers to the left. Larner in the gun. Whistle, and it's going to be a penalty.
There's the flag on the
False
play.
start on the Panthers.
4th penalty for them.
They had trips out to the right side, far away from the play, but it doesn't matter because they
Ball started
moved
against
early.
The Panthers going to back it up 5 yards. DeWitt football, first down, 15.
.603 left in the first half. 14-7 Mason over DeWitt. 3 wide receivers right. Now Moore goes in motion. Elliot Larner takes the snap and takes it himself. He gets out over the 15, close to the original line of scrimmage. And he'll get a little further than that to the 18-yard line. So it'll be second down and long. Second down and 8.
They got him to the 19, actually. So he picked up 7 after they lost the 5.
Football, second down, 8.
They say second and 8 from the 18. 5:34 and counting. Larner in the gun. Handoff. That's Moore, I believe. That's over the 20 to the 23. He's taken down there.
Badgley.
With the carry.
Badgley takes him down at the 20. They're going to mark him at the 22-yard line. Gain of 4. And it'll be third down and about 4 or 5.
They had trips out to the right side again, did DeWitt. Badgley left his guy out there and quickly ran in to make that tackle.
Third down and 5 from their own 22. Mason crowd making some noise. You can probably hear them through our microphones. And now we got another flag. And I think it's going to be on DeWitt again.
This one might be unabated to the quarterback. I'm not sure.
There's a flag on the play.
Elliot Larner is incensed because a Mason player did jump across, and then it made the offense move. 54 for Mason. That's Connor Osipsek. He jumped into the neutral zone, but they're going to call false start.
Yep.
Maybe he didn't actually get into the neutral zone. Maybe he stood up, and it looked like he moved forward, and it looked like he caused the offense to move, but apparently not.
It's going to be third and long from the 22. 4:54 to go first half. Clock running. DeWitt with only 1 timeout left in this half. See if that's a factor later on.
DeWitt trying to get lined up. Unbalanced line.
Unbalanced line, yeah. Larner dropping to throw, rolling out to the right, throws it out to the right. It's caught over the 30-yard line. First down. Number 11.
Side there, he didn't catch it.
Jaden Bender, the officials say he did, and it's a first down.
Pass complete to number 11, Bender.
So they roll out to the right. Larner finds Bender on the deep out.
Gain of 12, out to the 29. Big gain there.
Just got past the line to gain.
Clock stopped, 4:33 to go, first half.
DeWitt making some subs. Trav Moore back into the lineup.
They snap it to the running back.
It's 24.
That's 24.
Reese
Baker. He does well just to get to the 32-yard line, a gain of 3. It's going to be second down and 7. 4:19, 4:18 to go first half.
Gilchrist with the stop.
Halftime stats and analysis coming up.
Baker departs, and now they go back to the wishbone.
Wishbone formation. Larner throws out to the right, incomplete. He tried to find number 10, Jacob Scorfar, but he wasn't looking for it, and it was by him before he even looked for the ball.
I think that the Scorfar knew the play because obviously he ran the route, but Elliot Larner didn't wait for him to make his break. He threw the ball as soon as he got it. So he had to take another step back or wait one more second, and Scorfar would have been open.
So it'll be third down. Third down and 7. Panther formation again. Now Larner takes the snap, throws it deep out over, incomplete, almost intercepted.
Double coverage out there. Cole Reese and A.J. Martell all over John Amama.
Yep.
And a dangerous pass. They're lucky that it wasn't intercepted.
Could have been intercepted, but it wasn't. Jonathan Schwartz is going to be back in punt formation. Standing on his own 19, A.J. Martell. Standing at his own 42-yard line. Schwartz gets the snap. Feels some pressure, gets the kick away. Martell takes it at the 42-yard line, and he doesn't get very far, only a gain of 1 to the 43. Number 28, Trendon Bayshore for DeWitt takes them down. 1st and 10 from their own 43-yard line. 3:43 to go in the first half. Mason up 14-7. All 3 timeouts, Doc.
They have a really good field position right now to start this drive, and yes, all 3 timeouts. DeWitt does receive to start the third quarter, correct?
Mason won the toss, received the first half kickoff, so DeWitt will get the second half kickoff. Carswell in the gun, Martell in motion. He's got Logan Dorr next to him, and now they got motion. Dorr is next to him now. Snap. Carswell's going to take it himself, taken down after a gain of 1. Good penetration there. Number 64, Dominic Ryan, takes him down after a gain of 1, if that.
Well, they have the 2 backs side by side to Carswell. One goes in motion, becomes an H-back. Dorr goes the other side. Martell is coming in motion as the jet sweep man, and then Carswell has the potential to hand it off to him. He didn't that time, and he didn't read it well, or at least the Panthers made a better play on it.
3:13 to go and counting. First half. Mason taking their time. They have all 3 timeouts left. No gain on that play. At the 44. Carswell dropping back to throw. Now he's going to roll out to the right. He's going to throw. It's going to be caught by Baker again into DeWitt territory. Down to the 41, maybe the 40-yard line. Number 18. Drew Novak on the tackle, but a big-time gain of 16. 1st and 10 from the DeWitt 40.
A crossing route that just took a while to develop. They had 2 receivers that ran past, kind of cleared out that area. And then Novak couldn't keep up with the receiver, and the Mason moves the chains again.
2:38 and counting first half. Mason looking to add to their 14-7 lead. Carswell in the gun. Martell next to him. Now Martell goes in motion. Carswell dropping the throw. Throws over the middle. Caught inside the 30 to the 29. That's number 4, Caleb Parrish. Gets needed 10, got 10. And Parrish left the game on the DeWitt's first drive. He was hanging his left arm down by the side, but he looks okay now.
Skinny post on that, and it was open.
Gain of 10 to the 30. Now we got a whistle. What do we have?
DeWitt had to use their last timeout. They had another guy in the field.
Yep. DeWitt takes their last timeout. We'll take our last timeout of the half. 2:15 to go in the first half. Mason leading DeWitt 14-7. Take a timeout, come back on the game, 7:30 a.m. WVFN and the Lansing Sports Network.
WVFN.
Brock Palmbush, Erik Doc Love from Mason High School. 1st and 10. It's going to be, 1st and 10 from the 30-yard line. From the DeWitt 30-yard line. Mason has all 3 of their timeouts left. So they've got plenty of time. We'll do an ID here in just a minute, and we're getting close to the 8 o'clock hour, folks. Thank you for joining us tonight here on the game, 7:30 a.m. WVFN. First time we've been outdoors all season long. Carswell in the gun, Martell next to him. 4 wide receivers, 2 left, 2 right. Carswell drops straight back to throw. Now he's going to roll out to the left. He's going to throw it out to the left. It's caught down at the 25-yard line. Number 4, Caleb Parrish. Not much of a gain there. 4, maybe 5.
With the stop for the Panthers.
Clock stopped at 2:08. They say that he got out of bounds.
He was looking deeper down the field, but nothing was open. It was well covered, and so he just kind of rolled and finally was able to find his last-minute guy, Caleb Parrish.
Now Martell is in the shotgun all by himself. He's going to take it himself. fakes a handoff, takes it himself. Not much of a gain. He does well just to get 1 yard. He took it up the middle and got to the 24-yard line. It's going to be 3rd down and 4.
And Cole Reese was a receiver on the left, and he came in motion. Could have taken that handoff, and Martell decided to keep it himself. And you're right, he got one up the middle.
We get to the 8 o'clock hour. I want to let you know you're listening to your trusted source for high school sports coverage. The game, 7:30 a.m. WVFN East Lansing, a Town Square media station. Brock Palmbos, Erik Doc Love here at Mason High School. Mason leading DeWitt 14-7 in this Division III district championship game. Minute 35 and counting. Mason all 3 timeouts, but knowing DeWitt's going to get the ball to start quarter number 3, they want to run this pretty much all the way down and then score. That's what they want to do. Carswell in the gun. Low snap from center. He's going to throw it out to the left. It's caught. Badgley out of bounds, 15-yard line, maybe the 16. It's going to be first down, though. That's the main thing if you're Mason.
Snap was real low. Carswell had to pick it up off his shoelaces, but still able to control it and get it out there real quick to Badgley on that comeback route.
Ball at the 15-yard line. Again, apologize for the wind through our microphones. Carswell in the gun. Got running back on either side of him. Dorr and I think that's Reese.
Now they go. No, it's Badgley.
Low snap again from center. Carswell dropping to throw. He's got a man open, and he overthrows Derek Badgley.
He's got 2 men wide open. He's got Logan Dorr, who came in motion, was the H-back, standing over there waving his hands, jumping up and down. I'm open in the back of the end zone,
and he
didn't see it.
And he did not see him, probably because the Mason band was right behind him, didn't blend in. He was literally wide open right underneath the upright of the goalpost.
He got open almost instantly. Nobody for the Panthers, miscommunication or whatever it was, and he was standing there jumping up and down, waving his hands.
Yep. 1:12 left in the first half. 14-7 Mason. Carswell in the gun. Another low snap from center. Dropping to throw. Now he's going to roll out to the right to get away from the pressure. Now he's going to throw into the end zone. Caught. Oh, dropped. Oh, my goodness. Who was that?
That was number 2 for him, Nick Wells, the backup quarterback.
The backup quarterback, Nick Wells, who's also a wide receiver. Had it for a moment, and he just dropped it.
That was the old, he had run his route, and then Carswell was out there scrambling around, and he's like, go this way.
Yep.
So he made a cut, lost the defender, and he was wide open heading to the back corner of the end zone, and you're right, he had it in his hands, and then when he started to fall to the ground, he lost it.
3rd down and 10. Mason does have a kicker. Colin Winters is a kicker, and they can try a field goal from here if they don't get it.
DeWitt's dodged a couple of bullets in the last 2 plays.
Yes, they have. Carswell in the gun. Martell next to him. Martell in motion. Another low snap from center. Now Carswell's going to take it. 15, 10, 5. Touchdown. Kason Carswell.
DeWitt blitz. They brought the linebackers in, Brock, and they came up too quickly. They were upfield too far, and Carswell saw it instantly and took off right away, and there were no Panthers within about 8 yards of him. By the time they got into collapse on him, it was too late. He was in the end zone. Just a smart play by the quarterback to recognize the blitz, step up, and run it into the end zone.
So with 56.8 seconds left, it's 20-7 pending the extra point by Colin Winters. Here's the snap. It's good. Placement down. Kick on the way. It's up. Good.
Yes, the extra point is good. And with 56.8 seconds.
And it's 21-7 Mason with 56.8 seconds left in the first half. A massive touchdown there for the Bulldogs.
Yep. We said DeWitt had dodged a couple of touchdowns 2 plays before that, and they sent the blitz on 3rd down, thinking maybe they can get a sack and force them to either punt or take a really long field goal attempt or go for it on a long 4th down, but the heads-up play by Carswell to recognize the blitz and step up into the pocket and take off with it. You take those chances with it. If you send a blitz, you spend the linebackers like that. If they don't get to the quarterback right away and he's got the wheels that Carswell does.
And Carswell's mobile enough to get out there. He's not the most mobile quarterback you'll ever see, but it's not like he's far from being a statue out there.
No, not at all.
He's good enough that if you leave him open, or if you leave open space for him, and he doesn't have any receivers open, he can take off and run, and he can score like he just did there.
Yep. There have been plenty of times we've seen tonight where he has kept the ball himself and ran the ball for a first down.
So Colin Winters is going to kick off. Now that's Tyler Baker, rather. Baker, the kickoff man. Who's that back there for DeWitt?
Trav Moore and Abram Lerner.
Kick is high. Kick is short. Taken, fumbled again by DeWitt. Trav Moore picks it up at the 10, out to the 15, to the 20, 23-yard line, maybe the 24.
Travis Moore with the return.
And what do you do if you're DeWitt? You have no timeouts left, 51.3 seconds left.
I think it really depends on what happens on first down, honestly. If you can pick up a first down and clock will stop, then you can keep going and maybe you can try and pick something up and at least get in a field goal position. But if you get a negative play on first down, you probably got to shut it down.
If you get a negative play, if you're Mason, do you call timeout?
Probably.
You have all 3 timeouts, does Mason. DeWitt is out of timeouts. It'll be 1st and 10 from their own 23, Panther formation. And now a late man comes on the field. Wishbone formation behind Elliott Larner, that's what it is. Fake handoff's going to take it himself out over the 25, 27-yard line. It's going to be 2nd down and 6. 43, 42 seconds. They are going to have to run another play.
Yeah, I think maybe you run one more and call it a half maybe.
2nd down, 6.
You don't want to take any chances too far here. You're on your own territory.
Knowing you're going to get the ball to start the second half.
Exactly.
Under 25 seconds to go. Direct snap from center, out over the 30 to the 34, 35. That's
Baker.
That's Reese Baker, yes. And it is a first down for DeWitt.
Clock stopped briefly.
16, 15 seconds to go. Now DeWitt's going to try to run another play. Baker, again, 35, 40, 45, 50. He's into Mason territory. We got a flag behind the play. Baker still going. He's down at the 35, 34-yard line with 1 second left. But hold everything, we got a flag.
I think this one is probably coming back. It might be a block downfield or a illegal block downfield.
Yep. There is, however, a flag on
that would end it for the first half.
Pretty much. Still 1.6 seconds left. Legal block.
Yep.
Against the Panthers.
Okay.
Somebody came in and blocked from behind.
Check that. Illegal block in the back.
6th penalty for DeWitt. It's a spot foul.
It'll be 1st and 8, maybe 9, 8.
6 penalties for 35 yards for DeWitt.
The clock starts.
Nope, they're gonna. Yep, the clock starts, and that's the end of the half.
Yeah.
We've reached the end of 24 minutes of play, and that
is the half.
We've reached the end of 24 minutes of play. A little confused there for a moment there. But Mason leads at 21-7. 1 half down, 1 half to go. We'll go over the scoring summary and get to other scores from around the mid-Michigan area coming up after this break. You're listening to your trusted source for high school sports coverage. The game 730 AM WVFN, brought to you by Dowding Industries, brought to you by the Lansing Sports Commission, and thank you for joining us tonight, Kitzmiller RV and Keen's Variety Store in Mason. We'll get to all of that after another edition of This Week in High School Sports with John Ross.
The first serve of the volleyball postseason is in the air, and it was points galore on the football field in round 1 of the postseason tournament. I'm John Ross, and this is This Week in High School Sports, powered by Michigan Student Aid. The volleyball postseason gets started this week with district play. 32 district winners in each of the 4 divisions will advance to regionals next week. Regional winners face off in quarterfinals on Tuesday, November 14th, with those winners all meeting up in Battle Creek. Kellogg Arena is once again host for both the semifinals and finals. The semifinal round will be Thursday and Friday, November 16th and 17th, with the finals on Saturday, November 18th. Divisions 2 and 3 will play their semifinals on the 16th, with Divisions 1 and 4 on the 17th. And on Championship Saturday, the Division 4 final will start the day at 10 a.m., followed by Division 1 at noon, Division 2 at 2:30, and Division 3 at 4:30. All semifinal and final games will be available to watch on the NFHS network or to listen to on the MHSAA Championship Radio Network. For updates on who's advancing and where the next round will be played and at what time, be sure to check out MHSAA.com and click on volleyball. North Branch, Pewamo, Westphalia, and Mount Pleasant Sacred Heart will all be looking to win a 2nd straight title, while Bloomfield Hills Marion will be trying for a 4th straight title in Division 1. It's time for Game Balls, when we highlight a trio of standout performances from the past week. First, Alma soccer star Leo Richter. He's the school's all-time leading scorer with 91 goals. His 91st came in a 2-1 win over Fremont, and that victory sends Alma to its first ever boys soccer semifinal appearance. Buchanan's Emma Miller, she finished first in a Division III cross-country regional and helped her school to a first-place finish as a team. Miller turned in a time of just over 20 minutes. And to the Mount Pleasant Sacred Heart 8-player football team's entire defense. Playing an all-gray Sims team that averaged more than 50 a game, Sacred Heart held them to 0 in a 34-0 shutout win in round 1 of the 8-player playoffs.
For high school seniors, the matchup of the year isn't on the field. It's actually online. That's right. When you fill out the FAFSA, the free application for federal student aid, you could also be eligible for thousands of dollars in additional money from the Michigan Achievement Scholarship. Yep, nearly 80% of students who fill out the FAFSA may be eligible. Now that's a matchup we can all root for. Get started today at michigan.gov/achievement. The Michigan Achievement Scholarship. It's a game changer.
Our weekly Be the Referee feature takes a look at the fine art of officiating with registered official Paige Winnie.
I am running a great race at Michigan International Speedway. I'm about 2 miles into the 3.1 mile event, and I am on track to set a PR for the season. As I run towards the next turn, a runner a few steps to my left cuts right in front of me, causing me to slow down and nearly stumble. I regain my balance and keep going, but lose precious seconds during the altercation. Is interfering with a runner a penalty? It is. If a race official sees a runner bump, trip, or run across another runner's path, causing them to change course or lose their natural rhythm, it's interference. The runner charged with interference is disqualified. The runner who was interfered with continues on with his or her race.
Thanks, Paige. Now more than ever, we need officials. If you're interested, please go to the MHSAA website now to register. The first week of the football postseason is in the books, and there were a number of eye-popping notes from the 128 games in 11-player and 16 games in 8-player. 3 3-win teams made the playoffs. One of them, Lansing Catholic, got their 4th win and advanced. The Cougars will play Ovid Elsie in round 2. They say beating the same team in back-to-back weeks is tough, but in Division II, both Birmingham Seaholm and Midland Dow did just that. Seaholm knocked off Groves 56-49 for the second straight week, and Dow took care of crosstown rival Midland 14-7, a week after beating them to end the regular season. Davison and Caledonia had the offenses revved up. Davison beat Lapeer 76-35. That was also a Week 9 rematch that went Davison's way. Caledonia put up 72 in a win over Portage Northern. Gobles notched its first ever 8-player playoff win by beating Mendon 50-14. Complete coverage of round 1 and a look ahead to round 2 is all at MHSAA.com. You've been listening to This Week in High School Sports, powered by Michigan Student Aid, a production of the MHSAA Network. Thanks for joining us. I'm John Ross, and we'll see you next week.
As we play our last
Brock Palmbush, Erik Doc Love back here at Mason High School. Mason leads at 21-7 after 24 minutes of play. The Mason High School band just got done playing a real good rendition of Stevie Wonder's legendary song, Superstition. Very happy to hear that. One of the greatest songs ever, frankly.
Musician, too.
Well, I mean, his
Stevie
musicianship
Wonder
is one of the best ever. That's not even up for discussion. Very nice rendition by the Mason band. All right, Mason leads at 21-7. Let's go over the scoring summary right now. Travers Moore scored on DeWitt's first drive of the game after a 3-and-out to start the game. Travers Moore finished off a drive with a 1-yard touchdown. The extra point by Jonathan Schwartz was good, and it was 7-0 DeWitt at that time. It was that way at the end of the first quarter. DeWitt had a turnover, but Mason was unable to cash in on it. However, Mason was able to score to tie the game. A.J. Martell finished off a drive with a 2-yard touchdown. Extra point by Colin Winters, good. And it was with 8:56 to go in the second quarter, it was 7-7. After a stop, after a 3-and-out by DeWitt, Mason scored quickly. Kason Carswell to Tyler Baker, a 59-yard touchdown pass And at the 6:10 mark of the second quarter, after the Colin Winters extra point, it was 14-7. Excuse me, Mason leading. After another stop of DeWitt, DeWitt. They missed a field goal. They had a blocked 20-yard field goal. That's right. DeWitt came down and had a good drive, and Jonathan Schwartz tried a 20-yard field goal, but it was partially blocked. And then Mason took the ball right down the field, and Kason Carswell ran it in from 15 yards out. Extra point was good, and he scored it with 57 seconds left in the first half, 21-7 Mason. Actually, that was after the second touchdown, or the Carswell to Baker touchdown. That was the blocked field goal, and then they scored off of that. But after Mason stopped DeWitt, Carswell finished off a drive with a 15-yard touchdown run. Extra point by Winters good. 21-7 Mason at that point, and that's where we are after 24 minutes of play. DeWitt had the one turnover in the first half. That was it for turnovers. Penalties were a factor, however. DeWitt, 6 penalties for 35 yards. Mason, 3 penalties for 27 yards, Doc, and the DeWitt penalties were just big time for them.
Yeah, unfortunate ones for the Panthers, and that really cost them some key opportunities. And they had some chances themselves offensively, and a fumble on one, and then the blocked field goal as well. So DeWitt had the early lead, but Mason has rebounded, taking this lead.
They have. DeWitt's going to get the ball to start quarter number 3, rather. So obviously a big drive coming up for both teams here. I always say first drive of the third quarter is absolutely huge, especially in a game like this. Let's get to some of the other scores from around the mid-Michigan area. We've got a handful of other games tonight. Let me see if I can move some papers around without the wind blowing it away here.
Well, I can pull up some scores for you here while you try and do that.
Yeah, because there are other games around the mid-Michigan area. And let's see here. Yes, White Lake Lakeland is at East Lansing tonight.
That was 7-7 at halftime last time I saw.
Okay. Portland is at Hastings. That's in Division 4.
That was 26-24. Hastings was leading Portland.
Hazlitt is at Chelsea tonight. And I got to tell you, if Hazlitt beats Chelsea tonight, that is maybe the upset of the night in the state of Michigan.
That's the one I don't have yet, so I got to look. We'll come back to that. We'll come back to that.
We'll try to find that one. Lansing Catholic at Ovid Elsie.
At halftime, it's Ovid Elsie 21, Lansing Catholic 13.
Say that again.
21-13.
21-13. Ovid Elsie.
Ovid Elsie's leading Lansing Catholic.
And then in Division 7, Bath is at Pewamo, Westphalia.
Halftime, it was 35-0. PW leading Bath.
And it looks like PW is going to win that ball game and head to the regional finals next week. Well, as far as next week goes, well, because of commitments for you and for commitments for me, we are unable to do a Saturday game next week. We have the tailgate show next week, 4 to 6. So that leaves a Saturday game out. So that means if we do a game next week, it'll be Friday night.
Yes.
We don't know who, we don't know where, but if there is a game Friday night and it's not like 2 hours away or something like that, it could be this Mason team playing at Walled Lake Western. Who the heck knows? That's, a little more than an hour away, I guess?
And then they already beat them this year?
And they already beat them this year in week number 8, yes. So it could be that game, could be one of the other games. Who the heck knows? We know there's going to be 3 area teams making it because we know the Bath PW's probably going to beat Bath. They're already up 35-0. We know they're going to likely advance. The Lansing Catholic Ovid Elsie winner, that's a local team. They're going to advance. And the winner of this game is going to advance. So we will have at least 3 teams make it into the regional championship.
How about this one? I got the score for that Hazlitt-Chelsea game. 9:39 left in the third quarter. Hazlitt 15, Chelsea 9.
Like I said just a minute ago, if Hazlitt wins that game, that may be the upset of the night in the state of Michigan.
Hazlitt drove down there. 1-yard touchdown by Nakai Amakri. 2-pointer was good, so that's why they're up by 6 points. It's 15-9.
Wow.
That would be a huge upset.
That would be a massive upset, and there will be a lot of people that are probably listening on the internet somewhere around the world in that game that'll be very happy with that.
Yeah.
Hey, you know what? We can root for them if they're playing an out-of-area team. That would be amazing for Coach Brad Thomas and that team to win that game. Who the heck knows? We may do that game next week. Who knows? We just got to wait and see. Let's finish this game first.
Yeah.
DeWitt trailing Mason 21-7. As I'm trying to, again, move papers around so they don't blow away. I've already lost a few notes tonight. And, yes, we are using the big-time duct tape tonight.
There's plenty of it here on the table. Yeah.
Huh? What's that?
There's plenty of it on the table now, that's for sure.
Yes. DeWitt down 21-7. They get the ball to start quarter number 3. 6 penalties for 35 yards. Mason, 3 penalties for 27 yards. Just your thoughts here before we take a break.
You want some halftime some analysis, some stats, or what do you want?
Some stats. Well,
you want some.
Well, let's see here.
You want me to get to? Well, I don't have to do stats, but you want some adjustments at halftime here, possibly.
Well, you know what? Let's save that. We got a commercial break. We'll do keys to the second half coming up here. We're having on-air production meetings, man. This happens all the time on Stout on Sports, so you guys are out there listening. You're used to it. We'll take a timeout and come back. Hey, you know what? Let's tell everybody about our great sponsors. Jeff and Chris Metz and Doubting Industries, our title sponsor tonight and all season long. Recognizing the effort and commitment athletes give to the sport of football, and they're always interested in individuals that have the drive and desire to be successful in work and in life. Check them out at doubtingindustries.com. You may find a successful future here. By the Lansing Sports Commission. No matter the sport, the Lansing Sports Commission can make your next event your best event. Plan on something greater. Find out more at lansingsports.org. Joining us tonight, Kits Miller RV, the key to quality RVs and one of the best stores in the mid-Michigan area. Keen's Variety Store in Mason. Great gifts for the entire family all year long, but especially during Christmas time. If you need anything Christmas time for you, your family, your friends, even some people you don't like, you want to get a gag gift or something like that for somebody you work with,
strangers,
or
whatever it may be,
potentially strangers. That's the place to go.
White elephant.
It's fantastic. Keen's Variety Store in Mason. Great gifts for the entire family all year long. We'll get to keys to the second half coming up after this timeout. You're listening to your trusted source for high school sports coverage. The game 7:30 a.m. WVFN and the Lansing Sports Network.
WVFN, Lansing Sports Leader.
Brock Palmbos, Erik Doc Love here at Mason High School. Mason leading DeWitt 21-7 after 24 minutes of play. DeWitt's going to get the ball to start quarter number 3. They won the toss. Mason won the toss, and they elected to receive. You don't see that very often, so DeWitt's going to get the ball to start quarter number 3. So this is a key drive to DeWitt. Let's get the keys to the second half, Doc.
All right, they just put 3 more minutes back up for everybody to go out there and stretch. Mason had just come out of actually, DeWitt came out of the locker room first, which was a surprise. But keys to the game, second half for DeWitt. They got to open up the passing game a little bit. I know the run game had worked pretty well. I know, especially in that first drive, they did fantastic getting on there, getting the touchdown, whatever it may be. I think the passing game's got to open up. You cannot stick with the Panther formation all the time, the wishbone formation, whatever it is. I know they've become more of a run team. Great. You can't abandon that at all. I think they got to open things up in the passing game a little bit more. I think Elliot Larner has to find some receivers out there, standard drop backs, give them a pocket, throw the ball down there, move it a little bit, switch things up. Defensively,
look us up on Facebook, Twitter.
Can't be blitzing the whole time. I noticed they blitzed that one time and it cost them a touchdown. Great. I understand that they've got to put some pressure on Carswell, but you got to do it a little bit more organically. You got to get a pressure from a 4 or maybe a 5th guy.
5.
Maybe 5.
Yep.
Send one more guy. Can't be sending extra linebackers out there. Can't be sending any safeties or whatever it may be because the receivers for Mason are too good. That's not going to happen. They're going to burn you.
Yeah, they got too many guys.
They got too many good wide receivers out there. So you got to get organic pressure on Kason Carswell defensively, and then on the offense, pass the ball a little bit more. Got to get something going on that way. For Mason, I want to see a little more traditional Bulldog run game out there.
Okay.
Not as many of the jet sweeps, not as many of the motion type stuff.
They did that a lot in the first half.
They did a whole lot of that in the first half. I think back to the standard I formation, one back, extra H-back, whatever it may be. Just power run game a little bit more in the second half for Mason offensively. Defensively, you're keying in on those backs, man, every single time. When I say DeWitt, don't blitz, Mason can blitz. They can throw extra guys in there. Throw a linebacker, bring a safety, bring somebody up to make it a 9-person box, whatever it may be. I think that if they shut down that run game and force DeWitt to have to just throw the ball, then the Panthers would be in trouble.
All right, teams are getting their final instructions from their coaches. DeWitt's already out there to receive the opening kickoff. Still 40 seconds left here in this halftime break, 18-minute halftime break. Who's back there going to catch the ball there? There's Travmore. I see him.
Yep, and then number 2, Jensen Ridley.
Okay. So Tyler Baker's going to kick off, going from left to right here in this third quarter.
There are 2 number 2s for DeWitt, but I'm assuming Griffin Bramman, the senior or the freshman quarterback, isn't back there.
No.
It's Jensen Ridley.
Of course, we are in the postseason, so a lot of teams, not everybody, but a lot of teams call up members of the junior varsity squad, or in some cases, their entire junior varsity squad, like Portland St. Patrick for 8-player football last week. I went to that game last Saturday night. They had their entire team, entire roster, fresh JV and varsity on there. Over 30 guys. You have to remember, I asked Pat Russman, their coach, you got 30 guys on your roster. He said, Brock, that's freshmen through seniors.
Yeah.
Basically cut that in half, and that's what we got. So I'm like, gotcha.
Bring those guys up, give them a little bit of playoff experience, at least standing on the sideline and getting a learning experience.
Yep.
I think it's Winters back there punting.
Is that Winter kicking off from the 40? Yes, he is. Yep, he is.
It was Baker in the first half.
Yes, he was. So here we are to start quarter number 3. Here's the kickoff. It is short. Is it going to go out of bounds? No. DeWitt's going to take it at the 15.
It's Ridley.
Ridley, 25. He won't get to the 30-yard line. He's taken down at the 28-yard line. A slew of Mason guys there.
Got stood up, and then a couple of guys came to help him and scored him out of bounds.
Number 13, Carson Chapin.
Carson Chapin led the charge.
DeWitt football.
Even though I agree with what you said, DeWitt still doesn't have to go away from the run game.
Oh, I put that caveat in there, by the way.
You don't have to give that away.
Don't abandon your offense.
Yeah.
I'm not saying you got to do that.
Yeah.
I'm saying Mason wants them to get to that level. But DeWitt, I would just want to see a little bit more standard passes in there, not just
Panther formation. Now they're going to move guys around. Elliot Larner is in there. See who the snap gets, and now whistle, flag, and they're going to get 5 yards. Mason jumped.
Flag on the play.
a little bit of motion, hard count, advantage for DeWitt on that play.
4th penalty for 32 yards for Mason. Maybe that hard count designed to get 5 yards out of it.
Probably what it was. They set up one way, motioned to a completely different look, and then went hard count.
Larner in the backfield. Mason looking to jump again. Oh, they almost did. Larner, hands off inside. That's Abram Larner, his brother. He's out over the 35, the 40, pushed out of bounds at the 44. He's got a first down.
A little misdirection play.
23, Caleb Vaughn pushes him out of bounds.
26, AJ
Martell was there as well. First down, DeWitt. Ball at the 44-yard line.
Guard and a tackle pulled right and then went back left.
Yep. Steps out of bounds. Now the clock is running. Trav Moore takes the ball. Gets to the 47, up the middle, pushes forward. He gets almost to midfield.
Number 8, Travis Moore with the carry.
They're going to mark him right at the 50-yard line. No nose of the ball touching the 50. Yeah, ball right on the 50-yard line. Gain of 5. Second down and 5. 11:15 to go, third quarter. Mason leading 21-7. Power set again. Panther formation. Moore is going to take it. He's going to run right. Gets into Mason territory, gain of 2. Mason did a good job of converging there. And it's going to be third and about 3.
DeWitt leaving their quarterback, Elliot Larner, in there. He was actually the lead block out there for Trav Moore on that Panther formation.
Oh, he got a bad mark. Only a gain of 1 to the 49. So third and 4. And, Doc, maybe 2 downs to make 4 yards?
I would think so, unless you're losing yards here on this play. Reese Baker back there now.
Yes, he is. DeWitt. Larner fakes the handoff, takes it himself. He's going to be taken down short of the first down. Is that Martell? Nope, number 23. Caleb Vaughn. And it's going to be 4th and short.
They faked that misdirection play, and I thought for sure that Elliott was going to hand off to his brother Abram, and maybe he should have because there was a lot more space on the left side than there was the right.
So 4th and 3, and DeWitt's going to at least line up to go for it. 10:05 left in the third quarter. Mason crowd, you can hear them through our microphones. Power set. Moore takes it. He's close. Nope. I don't think he got it.
Nope.
He's not going to get it. He needed 3. He got 2. And Mason will get the ball on downs. Can't argue with them going for it. Can't even argue really with the play call. Just a terrific defensive play.
Caleb Vaughn making another stop that time. They brought in that Panther formation. There wasn't two guys in the backfield. There was one guy. It was Travis Moore. He was the only one that was going to get the ball. They had two guys down in three-point stance as an extra way to kind of bulldoze through, and it didn't happen.
Number 8, Derek Badgley on the ground now. Injured player. So we got a stoppage here. 9:49 left in the third quarter. Mason up 21-7. They're going to take over on their own 46-yard line. He's gimping around out there.
Yeah, he's leaning a little bit.
Excuse me.
He's still walking. He's walking, which is good for Badgley. And I'm not opposed to the call. I'm not opposed to going for it there either.
Nope.
Mason football.
It just was a better defensive play by Mason.
Yep. Give credit to Mason. You want the ball in your best running back's hands. That's Trav Moore.
Yep.
He needed 3 and he only got 2. Now, basically a must-stop for DeWitt here. You almost have to stop them here.
You can't get down 3 touchdowns to Mason because they'll keep piling on.
You're in serious trouble then. 9:49 to go. Third quarter. Mason with the ball on their own 46-yard line. Winner takes the district championship in Division III and moves on to the regionals.
Both these teams have been in semifinals for a number of years. What is it?
Last year.
I mean, well, and I'm talking about in consecutive years.
Yeah.
Mason's made it to a couple of them in a row, and DeWitt, I think it's like 5 or 6 semis
Something like
in a row.
that, yeah.
I mean, my stats, but those are packed away because of the wind.
Exactly. Mason with the ball. Handoff. That's number 0. That's Reese, I believe. He is into DeWitt territory, pushed out of bounds at the 31-yard line.
Well, they went to their own version of that offense with Martell being back there running the quarterback position, and then Reese came in motion, got that jet sweep, and a huge gain for him, and that's not what the Panthers want defensively on first down.
23 yards on that carry to the 31-yard line of DeWitt. 9:42 to go, third quarter. Mason up 21-7. Mason taking their time here. If you're Mason, you probably want to run 3 or 4 more minutes off this clock and get a touchdown. And if that's the case, DeWitt's in serious trouble.
Ideally, that's what you would want, but you wouldn't pass up a quick touchdown here either.
Carswell drops to throw, throws out to the left. It's caught. I believe that's Baker. Yes, It is. It was a low throw. He caught it. He was sitting on the ground, basically. He catches it at the 24, a gain of 7. You'll take that, though.
Yep. The slant route out there. And if the ball was a little higher, then maybe he keeps running.
Corner was in way off coverage there. That was there for the taking. Handoff. Martell needed 3. He got 2. And it's going to be 3rd and short, I believe. Yes, it is.
Yep.
He got tripped up.
Chambers and Windsor combining with the stop for the
It's going to be 3rd down and 1.
Shy of the first down marker.
9 minutes to go. 3rd and 1. Carswell in the gun. Going to take it himself. First down. He needed 1. He got 2. He got nailed right at the line of scrimmage, or close to it, by 67, Andrew Neff. But he spun forward to the 20-yard line for a first down.
Got to the mesh point with A.J. Martell, brought it back, and the big body of Carswell falls forward for an extra yard.
1st and 10 from the DeWitt 20. 8:38 and counting. Apologize again for the wind. We are outside tonight. We've been fighting it all night, folks.
Yep. Nothing new.
We've had to do games outdoors before. In the playoffs as well. Carswell drops back. Now feeling some late pressure, rolling to the left, now we got a flag down. He's going to run for it. He's close to a first down, but I think this is coming back.
Yeah, A.J. Martell's going to call for a holding right now.
Just past first down.
Late blitzer came in that was causing that pressure. It was 45, Charles Windsor, the junior linebacker for DeWitt. That made Carswell roll out to the left away from him, but that backside was a problem with Martell holding onto it.
5 penalties for 42 yards for Mason. 10-yard penalty back to the 30-yard line. It'll be 1st and 20. Clock running. 8:05 in the third quarter. DeWitt trailing Mason 21-7. Winner to the regional championship next week. Carswell in the gun, Martell next to him. Carswell, deep drop, throws it back out to the right. It's caught by Martell, and he's absolutely laid out at the 31-yard line. Loss of 1, number 45. Charles Windsor was right there. That's called defending the screen very, very well.
That's staying home and knowing your job and doing your job properly. They faked the wide receiver screen to the left, and then Martell's kind of hanging out around like, oh, what am I doing over here on the right side? Well, I'm waiting for this screen to set up for myself, and Windsor's like, no, I know what's going on.
2nd down and 20. They say no gain on the play. That's generous, by the way.
Yeah.
Really was a loss of 1. Carswell dropping to throw. Feeling some late pressure again. He's going to throw it out to the left. That's caught by Martell. He jukes a man. He gets to the 25, the 20, the 15, inside the 10, inside the 5, down to the 4-yard line, maybe the 3. He broke a couple of tackles. That was all A.J. Martell.
That was all the back himself. The last-minute throw over there to Martell because nobody else was wide open for him. Little safety valve, and broke a tackle, broke another one, spun away, and then fell forward to get to this 1st and goal situation.
Under 7 minutes to go. Said a couple of minutes ago, Mason would want to
3-4 minutes
get a 3-4 minute drive and then score a touchdown. Well, here we are. We're under 7 minutes to go, and it's 1st and goal from the 5-yard line.
If you're DeWitt, you got to start selling out. You have to get a stop. You're hoping to get an interception or make a fumble, whatever it be.
Yeah, turnover, preferably. Carswell dropping to throw, throws it out to the right. Incomplete, knocked away by the defensive back.
Looking for Caleb Parrish.
Caleb Parrish was there. He's looking for an interference call, but it was knocked away.
Yeah, nice job by the corner on that side, staying step for step. Trav Moore, the sophomore.
Trav Moore, wow.
He's given up a couple of plays defensively, but did a great job on that one.
2nd down and goal from the 5. Mason does have a kicker, Colin Winters. You can kick field goals here. This would be a short field goal despite the wind. 6:30 to go in the 3rd quarter. Logan Dorr next to Carswell in the gun. He's going to roll out to the right. He's got room. He's going to throw. Incomplete. Tried to find Tyler Baker, but it was low and away. Trav Moore was the defender in coverage, but it's going to be 3rd down.
Great job again by the Panthers defense staying home. Had a spy on Mason Carswell, and when he saw that he was breaking the pocket and getting to the outside, they knew they had good coverage back there in the end zone, so they put the pressure on him, and they made the throw a little bit too low.
3rd down and 5. 3rd down and goal from the 5, I should say. Brock Palmbos, Erik Love, glad you're joining us from Mason High School tonight. Dorr in the shotgun. Carswell next to him. No, that's Martell. Martell hands off to the right side. It's a touchdown. Jet sweep touchdown, Cole Reese.
They ran that play for 23 yards earlier on this drive, and it was an easy one on 3rd and goal. There was nobody there on the outside. They only had one guy, and he was blocked really well.
Faked him out.
Yep.
Faked me out. And there's Cole Reese, and there's nobody out there. It's going to be a touchdown. 6:17 to go in the 3rd quarter. Mason up 27-7. Excuse me. Nick Wells on to hold. Snap is high. The placement down. The kick is on the way. Just inside the left upright. And it's good. So with 6:17 to go in the 3rd quarter, Mason has a 3-touchdown lead. They lead at 28-7. We'll take a timeout and come back on the game, 7:30 a.m. WVFN and the Lansing Sports Network. Brought to you by Dowding Industries, the Lansing Sports Commission, Kitts Miller RV, and by Keen Store in Mason.
So, Lansing Sports Leader, WVFN.
Brock Palmbos, Erik Love, back here at Mason High School. Cole Reese on a jet sweep handoff from A.J. Martell. Took it in from 5 yards out. Extra point by Colin Winters, good. And it is 28-7. Mason leading DeWitt.
It's 28 consecutive points by the Bulldogs.
It is. DeWitt scored on their first drive of the game back in the 1st quarter. Here's the kick, and it's going to go out of bounds.
Rather quickly, too. He went out of bounds at the 25.
Not a good kick there by Colin Winters.
Well, we see they've been trying to squib it the entire night.
Yep.
Well, at least lately they've been trying to squib it.
What does DeWitt do? They may take it at the 35-yard line.
and 10 from their own 35.
Yep.
I would too.
They take it at the 35-yard line. Yeah, I would too.
Mason has done a good job of covering the kicks. So, they've started inside the 25 plenty of times, says DeWitt. Better off taking it at the 35.
6:17 to go. Panther formation again. Now they're going to move around here. Abram Larner's back there. Tight formation. Now the formation goes to the right. Abram Larner reverses field. He was going to go to the right. Now he goes to the left, trying to find some room. He gets to the 37. He gets hammered out of bounds.
Number 8,
81. Sam Corey on the tackle.
that was 4. Check
And
out
Abram comes up
Larner
limping a
with
little
the
bit.
carry.
Took a big hit.
He got hit hard. Gain of 2 to the 37.
I thought he had a nice little convoy out there, leading by number 74, Donovan Perry, the senior. But Mason did a great job stringing it out as far as they could and then leveling him.
Man, 6:08 to go. Third quarter. DeWitt trailing Mason 28-7. 2nd and 8. Elliott Larner in the gun. Dropping to throw. Throws it out to the right. It's caught. First down, out towards midfield into Mason territory. That's number 11, Jaden Bender, to the 48-yard line.
That's more of what I would like to see, a little bit more of the standard pass plays.
15 yards on that play. First down DeWitt. Under 6 minutes to go. So time's now a factor because they're down by 3 touchdowns.
Yep.
You don't have to go completely hurry up here, but you need to go faster, and they are.
You've got to up your tempo a little bit.
Yes. 2 wide receivers left. Wing back on the right. Elliott Larner in the gun. Fakes the handoff, dropping to throw. Throws it high and deep. He's got a man out there. It's over everybody's head. Trying to get it to Jaden Bender. Nick Wells was out there in coverage.
A little too much air on that one from Elliott Larner. It was the right idea because you got a one-on-one situation out there. Maybe he makes a catch. Maybe you get a pass interference.
Yep, but it was overthrown, and it'll be 2nd down and 10. So this is DeWitt's second possession in the second half. They got stopped on 4th down right about where they are right now at the Mason 48.
Yep.
Larner dropping back to throw. He's going to throw it high and deep again. He's got a man out there. Overthrown. Again. DeWitt's looking for a flag. Not going to get it. Nick Wells is out there defending. Was that Bender again? Yep, Bender again. Jaden Bender.
Bender went deep on the left side. This time he goes on the right side. When I said I wanted standard passing game, I didn't mean bomb it down the field every single play. I'm talking about, 5,
Right.
10, 15-yard plays.
Like the 15-yard gain they just had.
Yep.
5:23 to go, third quarter. Mason leading DeWitt 28-7.
Although on that play I was looking around, and that was probably the best option that Elliott Larner had because nobody else really had a chance.
3 wide receivers, 2 to the right, 1 to the left. Larner dropping back to throw, rolling to the right. He throws it out to the right, and he just overthrows everybody.
Yep, airmailed it. It needed a perfect pass to get to the wide receiver on that one because there were several guys out there. And DeWitt's going to have to punt the ball away, Brock. They're not taking a chance. It's 4th and 10.
You have no choice here. Maybe you can pin him deep. Maybe you get a turnover. A.J. Martell standing back at his own 15-yard line. Too far away to go for it here.
Yep. They couldn't get on 4th and 3. Not going to try it 4th and 10
probably
right now.
not. No. And it's a bad snap from center.
Yep.
They tried to snap it to the up man, and it hit the up man, and he just fell on it. Number 10 was the up man, Jacob Scorfar. I don't know if they were trying a fake or if it was a bad snap, but it was fumbled by Scorfar, went onto the ground, and he just fell on it. So Mason's going to get the ball at the DeWitt 49-yard line.
Whatever.
Excuse me, guys.
Whatever it wasn't intended to be how it happened. That's for sure.
5:16 to go. And if you're Mason, do you get aggressive here?
You can take a shot. A scoring update. East Lansing 35 and White Lake Lakeland 7.
Wow. Carswell Throws it out to the right. Martell's got it. He's going to be tackled behind the line of scrimmage, trying to get away, and he's going to get tackled well behind the line of scrimmage, knocked out of bounds at his own 46-yard line, loss of 5. Good tackling there by DeWitt.
Yes.
35. Well, hey, let's see.
8:33 left in the fourth. Hazlitt 23, Chelsea 16.
In the fourth quarter?
Fourth quarter, 8:33 left in regulation.
Wow. 5:03 left in the third quarter here. Mason leading DeWitt 28-7.
Ovid Elsie's up 35-13 right now.
So Ovid Elsie looks like they're going to move on. That's third quarter?
Correct.
Okay. We'll get to all the scores from around the mid-Michigan area. We'll get to that in the post game. Under 5 minutes to go here. Clock running. 2nd and 16. It was actually a loss of 6 here. Carswell dropping to throw. Throws over the middle. Caught. Caleb Parrish does not have a first down, but it's a nice gain to the DeWitt 43-yard line. Gain of 12. It'll be third down and about 4, maybe 5.
End of third, New Lothrop 22, Ithaca 20.
Ithaca was the team that beat Fowler 35-34 last week. Fowler went for 2 with 2 minutes to go, didn't get it, and didn't get the ball back. That's why, in my opinion, in that situation, you kick the extra point.
Yes.
And not enough people do that in the high school ranks. I don't know what it is. They just don't want to play overtime?
They want to go for the win instead of going for, yeah, you're right. I know.
Time and a place to go for it here. If you've got a whole bunch of injuries.
It depends.
Yeah, it absolutely depends.
Big third down here.
Big third down here. And now we got a whistle, and what do we have?
Timeout Mason.
Yes. Timeout Mason. That's their first timeout of the half. We'll take one ourselves. 3:49 to go in the third quarter. Mason leading DeWitt 28-7. A timeout, and we're back on the game. 7:30 a.m. WVFN and the Lansing Sports Network.
WVFN.
Brock Palmbos, Erik, Doc Love back here at Mason High School, coming out of a Mason timeout. They have 2 remaining here in the second half. DeWitt has all 3 of their timeouts. Cole Reese scored a 5-yard touchdown earlier in this quarter. 3:49 left in the third quarter. Winner of this game moves on to the regional championship next week, probably at Walled Lake Western. We may try to find a score for that one as well.
I could probably pull one up for you at some point.
Right now, big third down here for Mason. 3rd and 5 from the DeWitt 43. Cason Carswell in the gun. Martell next to him. Fakes the handoff. Throws over the middle to Caleb Parrish. It's caught on a slant route inside the 35. First down, Bulldogs.
Parrish line up at a tight end swap spot. Not where he usually is. And then, yes, real quick, right across the middle for that slant.
Gain of 9. 1st and 10 from the 34. Carswell, handoff Martell inside the 35. He's got a first down. And now a late flag inside the 20. We'll see about the gain.
Might be tacking onto it.
Yep. The back judge signaling face mask, so they will add on to it. He was taken down at the 19-yard line. Back judge had a clear view of that. Really not much of an argument there.
No, and you're doing everything you can to tackle A.J. Martell, and sometimes you just accidentally get the face mask.
Half the distance, so a 10-yard penalty. They're going to put it at the 10-yard line. 7 penalties for 45 yards. Mason's committed 5 penalties for 42 yards.
Nobody's been clean, but they haven't been awful penalties. Some have been timely, though.
3:24 to go, third quarter. Carswell dropping the throw, feeling pressure. He throws it high into the end zone. Caught! Derek Badgley. Touchdown. 10 yards. He just threw it up for grabs. And like you said, oh no, you're thinking it's going to get intercepted.
It was Reese.
It was Reese?
Yep. I'm like, uh-oh.
I thought that was Badgley. I couldn't tell the number between 0 and 8. Wow.
Reese pulls it down. I'm like, oh, man, this one is just hanging up in the air. And there are a couple Panthers in the area, too, but Cole Reese comes down with it. His second touchdown of the game.
34-7. Stunning touchdown with 3:17 to go in the third quarter.
And Carswell was getting hit as he was throwing the ball, and it just floated in the air forever.
Snap is good. Kick away. Kick is inside the left upright and good. So with 3:17 to go in quarter number 3, it is Mason.
35, DeWitt 7.
You hear it through our microphones. 35-7, Mason. We'll take a 30-second timeout and come back on the game, 7:30 a.m. WVFN and the Lansing Sports Network.
The game, 7:30 a.m.
Brock Palmbos, Erik Doc Love back at Mason High School. A stunning Kason Carswell to Cole Reese, 10-yard touchdown. Thought it was Derek Badgley, but no, number 8. But no, it was number 0, Cole Reese. He's got a rushing touchdown in this game and a receiving touchdown. The extra point good, and it's 35-7 Mason.
When things are going your way, things are going your way.
Because that was a pass that would get intercepted in most cases. But when you got the receivers Mason's got, you can do that, and you can get a touchdown out of it. Here comes DeWitt, bringing it over midfield, going to get knocked out of bounds inside the 45-yard line. That's number 28, Trendon Bayshore, and he had a heck of a return on a squib kick, and he gets it into Mason territory to the 42-yard line.
He was one of the upbacks. He was lined up in front of Jensen Ridley, and he took it, was on the right side, cut it all the way back to the left side. Huge hit by Caleb Parrish, but great field position to start this drive for the Panthers.
They mark it just outside the 41-yard line of Mason. Snap up the middle. That's 24. Reese Baker, nice gain on first down inside the 35 to the 32-yard line. Gain of 9. It's going to be 2nd down and 1.
Panther formation.
2:49 and counting, third quarter.
Back to Larner at quarterback.
Larner's at quarterback again. Baker takes the hand. No, that's not Baker. That's 21. Robert Lilly takes it inside the 30 to the 27. It'll be first down.
Might be 35-7, but DeWitt's not going to stop. They're not going to give up yet. There's still another quarter to go.
No. You know DeWitt's going to keep playing.
We still got 14 and a half minutes left in this game.
Yes, they do. That's what they got to tell themselves. They got to get lined up properly first. And now they do. Larner dropping back to throw, throws it out to the left. It's caught. Trav Moore inside the 20 to the 17, out of bounds at the 16. Going to be first down.
They had a wide receiver screen out there. They had guys on the right side, and they had to flip all the way to the other side. And then Trav Moore goes back to his natural position where he was to start the season, a wide receiver.
He got a horrible mark at the 18-yard line. They say it's 2nd and short.
Yeah, he should have got the first down out of that.
He got forward to the 16-yard line. That's not a good mark there by the officials. Lilly hands off to Elliott Larner. Yeah, that's right. Lilly, the running back, hands off to the quarterback, Larner, and he gets a first down inside the 15.
Yeah, Trav Moore went out. They brought in Baker, the running back, to help lead, and then the handoff to Larner, the quarterback.
Down to the 14. It's a first down. 2 minutes left in the third quarter. Same formation, power formation. Larner rolls out to the right, dropping to throw, looking. He's going to throw it deep into the end zone. Was it caught?
No.
Almost a one-handed catch.
Nearly. A couple of guys out there defending him. And he almost was able to haul it in. That was John Amama.
Incomplete.
So it'll be 2nd down and goal from the 18. So 3 downs to get 10 yards here.
Yes. I like the shot on first down. Take that opportunity, go in the end zone like that.
Yep, no argument there. 2nd down and 10 from the 14. 1:50 left in the third quarter. Mason has 2 timeouts left. DeWitt has all 3.
Panthers taking a little extra time here between plays.
With the clock stopped, you can do that on the incomplete pass.
More traditional play, but they're missing somebody.
Yes, they are.
Abram Larner comes out. He's limping a
little bit. He's limping a little
still.
bit. Give him credit for going out there playing hurt. Under 10 on the play clock. Larner dropping to throw. There's a flag down. Inside the 15, inside the 10, and now we got another flag. Number 24, Reese Baker on the reception, so we'll get 2 penalties sorted out here. Might be 1 on each team.
We're going to have a holding downfield on Abram Larner, and it's either lined up offsides or illegal formation by DeWitt. It might be both on DeWitt.
There you go. What's going to go?
1:43 to go, third quarter. 35-7, Mason leading DeWitt.
Referee and the rest of the crew are discussing what both these penalties are.
As we get to the 9 o'clock hour, I want to let you know you're listening to your trusted source for high school sports coverage. The game, 7:30 a.m., WVFN East Lansing, a Town Square media station. Waiting the official signal, here it is.
They're going to go talk to Gary Houghton now.
Yeah.
Before they figure it out. They're both on DeWitt, by the way, because the Panthers
Looks
moving
like
backwards.
It. Yes, they are.
I think it's illegal formation and holding, but they have to take the illegal formation, don't they? Because it was as the play started?
Nope. Holding.
Nope. Okay.
Offense. Declined. Okay. Illegal motion.
I think that one has to be taken.
Okay.
I think they have to take that one because it was first. You can't add on. You can't take both.
Shift penalty instead.
So somebody wasn't set. They were still moving when the snap occurred.
So, DeWitt football.
So they move back 5 yards and makes it 2nd and 15. Which negates a pretty good run, but even if they would have gotten it, they would have been holding, so they would have come back even further. So
that's 8 penalties for 50 yards for DeWitt.
Now they go to the wishbone.
Wishbone again, 2nd and 15. Ooh. Larner drops the throw. You thought maybe there'd be a penalty there. Throws it out to the right. Incomplete. Larner. He made a noise there thinking that it would have been, what, legal motion again?
I thought Trav Moore started a little early, but I guess he didn't. Gene Bender, was the intended receiver for DeWitt on that play. That makes it 3rd and 15. You got to pick up some yards here on 3rd down if you're going to go for it on 4th. You got to get at least 7 or 8.
You do.
To make it more manageable, at least. I'm surprised they didn't run it on 2nd down to try and pick up some yardage on that, but hey.
3rd and 15 from the 19. You got 2 downs to make it here. Field goal does absolutely no good here.
It doesn't help you at all. You better hurry up.
They do. They don't want it. It's under 10 minutes. You're going to take a timeout.
Okay. All right. Well,
want to make sure you run the right play here. Both teams with 2 timeouts left. 1:20 left in the 3rd quarter.
You'd like to save that for the 4th, but at that point there was under 10 on the play clock, and they still didn't have the right personnel out there, and nobody was set. So yeah, you got to burn at that. We can't take another penalty.
No.
You don't want to make it 3rd and 20. But it would have been better to keep it and hold on to that timeout for the 4th quarter.
Yes.
MHSAA.com.
The broadcast of tonight's game is a copyrighted presentation of the Michigan High School Athletic Association and the game, 7:30 a.m. WVFN. No reproduction, retransmission, or other distribution of the descriptions or accounts of this game may take place without the express written consent of the MHSAA and the game, 7:30 a.m. WVFN East Lansing. Brock Palmbush, Erik Doc Love here at Mason High School. Mason leading DeWitt 35-7 with 1:20 to go in the 3rd quarter. In this Division III District Championship game. Winner gets the district title and moves on to the regional championship next week, either Friday or Saturday. Panther formation again. Now we got a whistle, and it's going to be a flag.
Offsides. That'll get you those 5 yards back. That helps.
6th penalty on Mason.
Against the Bulldogs. That's going to add 5 yards.
Yep, terrific. Excellent assessment there. Going to add 5 yards. 6 penalties for 47 yards. Creates 3rd and 10. 1:19 to go. Larner takes the snap from center, rolling out to the right. He's going to throw in the end zone over the head of the receiver. Was that Bender again? Yes, Jaden Bender.
I don't like that play selection out there, especially since you're on the far hash mark and you're rolling to the right. You have such small amount of field out there, Brock. If you're going to run that play, run it the other direction where you've got more space.
So 4th down and 10 from the 14. They're going to go for it here. This is a good drive here by DeWitt.
Well, they've had several that have just stalled out.
Well, they had a partially blocked field goal, and then potentially this drive here.
Well, they had one to start the 3rd quarter, and it got stopped
right about midfield.
Right
about midfield, yeah. Got to go for it here. You're down by 28 points. any chance of staying in this game. Got to convert this. Larner takes a snap from center, fakes the roll out to the right, going to go to the left, throws it deep over the middle, knocked away in the end zone. Was that Badgley knocking it away from?
Cole Reese. Of course, Cole Reese has been the Cole Reese quarter.
That was Cole Reese, yes.
John Amama, the intended receiver in the end zone, and there's Cole Reese again.
Again, getting 0 and 8 confused again.
Yep.
Thought it was Badgley. Nope, it was Cole Reese. And Mason's going to take over on their own 15-yard line. Just good knockaway there.
Yep.
Official was right there. No interference.
He did not get there too early. He did not interfere in where the receiver was trying to get to. And he just knocked away cleanly. And the Panthers can't score again. Getting deep inside Mason territory.
Second time they've been this deep and not coming away with any points.
Nope. That's not going to cut in the playoffs, man.
Minute 7 left in the third quarter. Mason up 35-7.
We did see Badgley leave earlier in this quarter with injury.
Did.
He's out there right now.
He is out
but
there
Reese
now.
is the one who's been making the plays.
Yep. But the way the numbers are situated, they're
it doesn't help when we're a little higher up either.
We're higher up, and it's kind of hard to see 0 and 8. Now we got a whistle and a flag. Delay?
Yes.
There's a flag on the play.
Mason took too long.
What a game against the Bulldogs.
Their 7th penalty for 52 yards.
Now they're back at their 10.
Back at the 10-yard line. 1st and 15 from their own 10. A minute 6 to go in the third quarter. Still got another whole quarter to play. Handoff, Martell. Not much there.
Maybe half a yard.
Maybe.
This game started at 7 o'clock. How was it?
6:58. 6:50.
Started before 7
Looking
o'clock.
at my clock here, it said 6:58 when the game started.
And we're not even in the fourth quarter, and it's already after 9 o'clock.
Well, we're going to be in the fourth quarter in another play here. We're now under 40 seconds, assuming it's a running play. Carswell in the gun. Well, it's going to be a pass here. He's going to throw it out to the right. It's caught over the 20 to the 23. That's number 2. That's Nick Wells, the backup quarterback. Also one of their wide receivers, and he picks up
14 and a half. He's right just shy.
Just shy of the first down. 3rd and 1 with 31 seconds to go.
He was out of bounds. The deep out route.
So they will have to run another play. Martell's going to go out, I think.
Yep.
Yes, he is. Logan Dorr, the fullback's going to come in. Logan Dorr, a valuable guy on this team. Hardly ever carries the ball.
Might get one here.
But he might get one here. 3rd and 1, 31 seconds to go. Carswell's going to take it himself. First down, 35, 38, 39-yard line.
Carswell with the quarterback keep.
Well, Dorr was leading on that play, at least.
Panthers, number 11,
27.3 seconds left once the clock runs. Mason will probably let the clock run out. And we'll get to the fourth quarter. It was a gain of 5 out to the 29-yard line. Yeah, it looks like Mason's going to let the clock run out. We're under 15 seconds. Putting 4 fingers in the air is Mason. But I think most of the first 3 quarters has been theirs as well.
Yeah.
But they'll go to the fourth, and we'll go to the fourth. Mason leading DeWitt 35-7 in this district championship game in Division III. A 30-second break, and we're back on the game, 7:30 a.m. WVFN and the Lansing Sports Network.
WVFN.
Brock Palmbush, Erik Doc Love back here at Mason High School. Fourth quarter on tap. 12 minutes are on the clock. Mason leading DeWitt 35-7.
Score from Walled Lake Western over Avondale. 43, Walled Lake, Avondale 8.
43-8, Walled Lake Western over Auburn Hills Avondale. The winner of this game plays the winner of that game. Looks like the winner of this game is going to Walled Lake Western for the regional championship. The good news for Mason, they played them in week number 8 and won.
We've got a final.
We'll get to that in a minute here because A.J. Martell takes the handoff. He gets away from a couple of tackles. He's gone. 71 yards. Touchdown, A.J. Martell. Touchdown, Mason.
Well, it's safe to say the Bulldogs are going to be playing Walled Lake Western again.
A great run by A.J. Martell. He got bottled up at the line of scrimmage, bounced off a couple of tackles, and took it 71 yards for a score.
DeWitt went for the hit, not for the wrap-up, and you can't do that against A.J. Martell. You got to wrap him up.
71-yard touchdown, and it's 41-7. We'll get to that final score in just a minute here. After this extra point, Colin Winters to make it 42-7.
Well, DeWitt faithful are starting to head out.
Yes, they are. Snap is good. Placement down. Kick on the way. Kick is good. And with 11:47 to go in regulation, it's Mason 42. DeWitt 7.
You ready?
Go ahead and give them the final score. Good news for an area team.
Final from Hastings. Portland Raiders move on. They defeat Hastings 38-24.
On the road.
On the road.
Portland wins another district championship. On to the regionals. Congratulations to John Navarro. We've seen that team twice this season, late in the year. They crushed Sexton. They crushed Charlotte first and then crushed Sexton, and then they beat Sexton again last week. 11-0 on the season. That is just a great program. They've turned into a great program in the last 15 years.
After 3, Ovid LC 35, Lansing Catholic 13.
Now that we've got nearly a full quarter to play here, the 35-point threshold, that means it's a running clock situation. After a slow start for Mason, it's been all theirs pretty much the last 2 quarters plus.
Another final, D2.
Good news from Division II. East Lansing 35, White Lake Lakeland 7. Here's the kickoff, taken by DeWitt inside the 5-yard line, out over the 10, the 20. That's number 2. That's Jensen Ridley. He's still going. He's into Mason territory, and he's pushed out of bounds there. Now, once the ball is ready for play here, this is where, and now, yes, the officials now move the clock, and it's in full motion. 42-7. So we got a number of area teams that are going to make it outside of the obvious ones. The ones that, this one here, 2 area teams playing each other, Catholic and Ovid LC, Bath and Pewamo Westphalia. We'll get to all the final scores after we're done here.
Those games might end, all those games might end before this one.
Yes. Handoff. Nope. Direct snap from center. Goes to 24, Reese Baker, and he's got a first down.
Picks up 12 on that Panther formation.
From the 47 to about the 36, so gain of 11. Under 11 minutes to go.
With the stop for the Bulldogs.
In hurry-up offense is DeWitt. Elliott Larner. Now it's just a direct snap from center to the running back. Can't even see who it is.
Is that Trav Moore this time?
It's to the 31, so it's a gain of 5. It is Trav Moore.
I will say this. The game is not officially over, but I will say this for DeWitt, Brock. Probably not going to happen for him tonight. But
you know what?
There's so many sophomores and juniors for this squad.
You know what? Let's just say, for argument's sake, they're going to lose this game. It looks like they will. 8-3. By DeWitt standards, that's a down year.
It is, yep. And not winning a district title, too, especially.
For most schools, that's a very good season.
Yep.
For some schools, it's a great season. But such high standards at DeWitt, they'll be disappointed. But still, not even close to a bad season. Come on.
Finished second in the blue.
Yep. Elliott Larner's got the snap from center.
Ball came out.
And the ball came out at the very end.
Tyler Baker knocked it away from Elliott Larner, and the Bulldogs have it.
Yeah. He had a great run, and at the very end, had it stripped away from him inside the 10-yard line.
Came from behind and used the hammer to knock it away. And Larner coughs it up, and Mason takes it over.
Hammer of Thor or
Mjolnir. That's the Thor of Hammer. The hammer of Thor. Mjolnir. But back to my point, Brock.
9.5 minutes to go. Go ahead.
For the Panthers, very young squad. Not as many seniors on this team for Coach Rob
They'll
Zimmerman.
be back. That.
They'll be back next year. Lots of sophomores and juniors. I mean, Trav Moore, their best running back, sophomore.
And yet, give credit to Mason. I've said, or maybe earlier this year, this could be the best team in school history. This will be, question mark. Might, could, it's in the might be, could be category right now.
Yes.
They're going to be 11-0. Nine minutes to go. Carswell still in the game, as is Martell. Over the 10-yard line to the
12, maybe?
12, maybe?
Number 24, Baker, and number 11, Bender with the stop. Gain of 3 on the play. Mason football, second down, 7.
We'll have scores. We'll try to have scores here for you once we get out of here.
Depends on if the weather holds up.
Well, the thing is,
it's starting to sprinkle a little bit, and we're outside with equipment.
We are outside with electrical equipment, so we may have to cut this short. 8 minutes to go.
Mason subbing in some backups.
Yes, they
now.
are. I think they want to get this game over with, too. I formation behind Carswell. Handoff. One of the backups. Can't even tell who it is.
3.
Dominic Rodriguez. We're under 8 minutes to go. It's going to be third down and about 5. More backups coming in. Case and
the
Carswell.
entire offensive line is coming in.
They're coming out. And Case and Carswell's coming out of the game, too. Who's going to be quarterback for them? That's what I want to know.
They're trying to figure it out right now, I think.
And may call a timeout, too.
I think Wyatt Ball, number 10, for the junior, is going to be in there at quarterback right now.
Okay.
He's the one looking at the sideline.
They're going to take a timeout here, I think. May take a penalty, too.
Yeah, we'll take the timeout.
Let's see. Yep. Timeout Mason. And we'll take our last timeout, too. 7:06 left in regulation. Mason up 42-7 on the game, 7:30 a.m. WVFN.
Lansing Sports Station. The game, 7:30 a.m.
Brock Palmbush, Erik Doc Love here at Mason High School. 7:06 remaining in regulation. It is starting to sprinkle here, and folks, we are outdoors, so if it really does start raining, we may have to cut this short simply to save our equipment.
Yep.
Got to be honest with you guys, we may not be able to complete this game on the airwaves.
Trying to find some other scores here.
East Lansing has won tonight. Mason's going to win tonight. Portland has won tonight. PW is probably going to win. Wyatt Ball, the backup quarterback, he's still going over the 20-yard line to the 23. He's got a first down.
Number 10, Wyatt Ball with the carry for the Bulldogs.
He gets out to the 24-yard line.
Cooper Chambers, number 11, Bender with the stop for the Panthers. Mason football, first down.
This is from 9 minutes ago. 2:49 left in regulation. Hazlitt 30, Chelsea 22.
Oh, boy. Wow. 6.5 minutes to go. Wyatt Ball in the shotgun. Handoff. Dominic Rodriguez. Not much of a gain over the 25. Going to be second down.
So final, Walled Lake Western 50, Avondale 22. So Mason will head to Walled Lake Western.
Next week. And we may be there as well.
Depending on when they play.
We are due to commitments for both of us. We have prior commitments on next Saturday. Me with the tailgate show. You with personal commitments. Unable to do a game next Saturday. If there is a game next Friday night, we will be there.
Yep.
We've got a number of teams still alive. East Lansing is still alive. Mason's still alive. Pewamo Westphalia was winning big.
Portland is still alive.
They're winning.
Ovid Elsie
was leading
Lansing Catholic.
And now we got a whistle.
Timeout Mason.
Timeout
I
Mason.
think they took too long again. They're trying to take as much time as possible on the play clock, and they took off too much again.
That's their last timeout with 5:30 remaining.
You know, you can be a referee. In fact,
So,
we need you to get out there and be a referee.
Hazlitt was winning against Chelsea, too.
yes.
Nationally, there's a shortage of people willing to work these kids' games. And they are just kids' games. So, if you love sports and kids, register today.
What was the
at
Portland? Hang on.
I gotta go. Sorry, I was looking at the Hazlitt
No,
score
that's
again.
okay.
Let me go. I was trying to see if there was an updated score on that one. Final. It's a final, Brock.
Go.
Hazlitt 30, Chelsea 22.
Fantastic
The
win.
Vikings of Hazlitt
Wow.
knock off Chelsea.
Wow. Sensational win for Hazlitt, one of the upsets of the night
Yes.
in the state of Michigan.
What were you looking for? You wanted the Portland final?
What was the Portland? Yeah.
Let me go
Portland
back.
final.
Let me go scroll back.
Oh, by the way, they've come back out of the timeout. Mason with the ball at their own 26-yard line. Wyatt Ball, the backup quarterback, he gets taken down behind the line of scrimmage.
I got a final for PW Bath.
Go.
PW 42, Bath 15.
42-15 PW.
Yep.
PW on to the regional finals.
Final from Portland, 38-24 over Hastings.
On the road. And try to find the East Lansing score.
It was 35-7 was the final.
Okay, thank you. So we just need a final score from Lansing Catholic and Ovid Elsie. We'll try to go as quick as we can, folks, because it is sprinkling here, and we got electrical equipment. Hey, got to be honest with the people out there, Doc.
Yep.
Excuse me. We don't want this expensive electrical equipment to get damaged in any way. We're down under 4:45 to go. It is 3rd and 10 for Mason. Wyatt Ball to throw, out to the left, caught at the 30-yard line by number 14. That's Devlin King, but it's going to be 4th down, and they're going to have to punt.
Panthers, number 8, Travers Moore.
So just need one final score with Lansing Catholic and Ovid Elsie.
Yep. And that one, half an hour ago, it was end of the third. So
Okay.
you got to imagine that was getting close to final.
Yep.
I just looked at it. I couldn't find any scores
Okay.
for it right now. So,
Well, that's the only one we need, really.
yep.
We've got all the other finals. So we will have a short post game.
We might not have a post game, depending on what
minutes,
happens.
under 4 minutes to go. It's just sprinkling right now, but you looked at the radar, and there's more rain coming.
Yes. We got lucky. It was supposed to start raining at like 7:45, and it's held out to almost 9:30. DeWitt's a man short. They're running them out real quick. We got 2 guys back to return.
Yes, they do. Who's that punting there? That's Tyler Baker. Real high. Good punt.
And it's out of bounds.
No, it does not go
Nope.
out of bounds. Yes, it does. Inside the 25 to the 24. 3:34, 3:30. They're just letting the clock run here. 42-7.
On the 27.
Just need a final score from Lansing Catholic and Ovid Elsie.
First down.
Ovid Elsie was winning. What was it, 35-13, something like that?
Yep, 35-13.
3:17 to go. The clock is stopped. Does stop on change of possession here. Mason's out of timeouts. DeWitt's got 2 timeouts. And now unsportsmanlike conduct
Penalty against the Panthers.
on DeWitt.
Yep. Rock's papers are trying to blow away again.
Yep. Been battling it all night. 9th penalty for DeWitt tonight. For 65 yards.
Okay, it was a 15-yard penalty.
Push them back to the 14.
Yep. Now the clock is running. 3:10 to go. Who's that quarterback in there? That is
still
Larner.
Elliot
He's
Larner.
still Larner. He
Yeah.
hands off to the running back.
That's Robert Lilly.
Gets out to the 19-yard line.
Lilly with the carry. Making a stop for the Bulldogs.
So Mason at Walled Lake Western next week. We might be there. We'll see.
They've already beaten Walled Lake Western once this
Beat
year
him in week number 8. Yeah.
Second down.
Rather convincingly, too.
2:45 and counting. Handoff. No, fake handoff. That's Larner again out over the 25. He's got a first down to the 28. 2.5 minutes to go.
Baker with the stop. DeWitt football. First down.
Did I tell you I had to go off-roading to park, by the way? I had to go over a curb.
No, yeah, you had, yeah.
Good thing I got the wife's SUV because my car wouldn't have made it.
Yes, you do. Battled traffic here tonight. I think it's the first time you've been late. Oh, we got a fumble here by Elliot Larner, but he's still going. He picks it up and he's going. He's into Mason territory. He's inside the 40, inside the 35 to the 33. 2 minutes to go.
He fumbled. He faked the handoff.
Yeah.
The ball was on the ground, and then actually it helped him out.
Yep. Under 2 minutes to go.
Well, the last time it was here, remember I got on 90 seconds before the broadcast because it was homecoming.
Yes.
And then I was rather late today.
Fighting the traffic and the construction.
Yeah.
Number 21.
Lily
on the handoff. Inside the 30 to the 27, maybe the 26. Under 90 seconds to go. Grant Gilchrist on the tackle.
Gain of 5. DeWitt football.
Second down and 5. Larner handing off again. That's Lilly. Inside the 25 to the 22. He's got a first down.
Robert Lilly.
Minute 5 to go.
Corona won. They beat Notre Dame Prep 28-17.
Pontiac Notre Dame was the team that beat Williamston, I believe, last week. Under a minute to go. This week in high school sports will follow as soon as we're done. Larner throwing deep. He's got a man out there. Caught, I think. No,
Got
incomplete.
Got ripped
knocked
out.
away.
Yep, ripped out in the last second.
Clock is running. We are at the 35-point threshold. Let's see if DeWitt's going to run one more play. Second down and 10 from the 21-yard line. Under 30 seconds to go.
Guess who was out there in coverage? Cole Reese.
Jeez, what a second half for him. Probably the last play of the game here. 20 seconds to go. Larner, hands off up the middle. And it is inside the 10, inside the 5 to the 2-yard line. That's Robert Lilly. We're under 5 seconds to go. And now DeWitt's going to call a timeout.
Do they? No.
No, that's it.
That's the game. Well, they're saying, hold on.
Yeah, they're going to, DeWitt called a timeout because they want to run one more play and try to score. They're going to give him one more play. You know, I don't blame him.
Yeah.
I don't blame him.
I don't think there's a reason to call timeout at this point, but nevertheless.
DeWitt timeout. Their second.
They want to try to score here. It's going to be basically one untimed down.
Yeah.
To see if they can score. This will be the last play of the game. There's no time on the clock, but they're going to probably put 1 or 2 seconds. 6 and 1. 8 seconds on the clock. Okay. Ball on the 2-yard line. They put 8 seconds back on the clock. Okay. DeWitt's got one timeout left here. Larner, handoff Lilly. He didn't make it, I don't think. He didn't make it. We're down to 1 second, and that's it. Mason wins it 42-7, and they advance to the regional championship over DeWitt. Post-game, we'll get to a scoring summary, get the scores from around the mid-Michigan area after this. Another edition of This Week in High School Sports with John Ross.
The first serve of the volleyball postseason is in the air, and it was points galore on the football field in round 1 of the postseason tournament. I'm John Ross, and this is This Week in High School Sports, powered by Michigan Student Aid. The volleyball postseason gets started this week with district play. 32 district winners in each of the 4 divisions will advance to regionals next week. Regional winners face off in quarterfinals on Tuesday, November 14th, with those winners all meeting up in Battle Creek. Kellogg Arena is once again host for both the semifinals and finals. The semifinal round will be Thursday and Friday, November 16th and 17th, with the finals on Saturday, November 18th. Divisions 2 and 3 will play their semifinals on the 16th, with Divisions 1 and 4 on the 17th. And on Championship Saturday, the Division 4 final will start the day at 10 a.m., followed by Division 1 at noon, Division 2 at 2:30, and Division 3 at 4:30. All semifinal and final games will be available to watch on the NFHS network or to listen to on the MHSAA Championship Radio Network. For updates on who's advancing and where the next round will be played and at what time, be sure to check out MHSAA.com and click on volleyball. North Branch, Pawamo, Westphalia, and Mount Pleasant Sacred Heart will all be looking to win a second straight title, while Bloomfield Hills Marion will be trying for a fourth straight title in Division I. It's time for Game Balls when we highlight a trio of standout performances from the past week. First, Alma soccer star Leo Richter. He's the school's all-time leading scorer with 91 goals. His 91st came in a 2-1 win over Fremont, and that victory sends Alma to its first ever boys soccer semifinal appearance. Buchanan's Emma Miller, she finished first in a Division III cross-country regional and helped her school to a first-place finish as a team. Miller turned in a time of just over 20 minutes. And to the Mount Pleasant Sacred Heart 8-player football team's entire defense. Playing an all-gray Sims team that averaged more than 50 a game, Sacred Heart held them to 0 in a 34-0 shutout win in round 1 of the 8-player playoffs.
For high school seniors, the matchup of the year isn't on the field. It's actually online. That's right. When you fill out the FAFSA, the free application for federal student aid, you could also be eligible for thousands of dollars in additional money from the Michigan Achievement Scholarship. Yep, nearly 80% of students who fill out the FAFSA may be eligible. Now that's a matchup we can all root for. Get started today at michigan.gov/achievement. The Michigan Achievement Scholarship. It's a game changer.
Our weekly Be the Referee feature takes a look at the fine art of officiating with registered official Paige Winnie.
I am running a great race at Michigan International Speedway. I'm about 2 miles into the 3.1 mile event, and I am on track to set a PR for the season. As I run towards the next turn, a runner a few steps to my left cuts right in front of me, causing me to slow down and nearly stumble. I regain my balance and keep going, but lose precious seconds during the altercation. Is interfering with a runner a penalty? It is. If a race official sees a runner bump, trip, or run across another runner's path, causing them to change course or lose their natural rhythm, it's interference. The runner charged with interference is disqualified. The runner who was interfered with continues on with his or her race.
Thanks, Paige. Now more than ever, we need officials. If you're interested, please go to the MHSAA website now to register. The first week of the football postseason is in the books, and there were a number of eye-popping notes from the 128 games in 11-player and 16 games in 8-player. 3 3-win teams made the playoffs. One of them, Lansing Catholic, got their 4th win and advanced. The Cougars will play Ovid Elsie in round 2. They say beating the same team in back-to-back weeks is tough, but in Division II, both Birmingham Seaholm and Midland Dow did just that. Seaholm knocked off Groves 56-49 for the second straight week, and Dow took care of crosstown rival Midland 14-7 a week after beating them to end the regular season. Davison and Caledonia had the offenses revved up. Davison beat Lapeer 76-35. That was also a Week 9 rematch that went Davison's way. Caledonia put up 72 in a win over Portage Northern. Gobles notched its first ever 8-player playoff win by beating Mendon 50-14. Complete coverage of round 1 and a look ahead to round 2 is all at MHSAA.com. You've been listening to This Week in High School Sports, powered by Michigan Student Aid, a production of the MHSAA Network. Thanks for joining us. I'm John Ross, and we'll see you next week.
More WVFN.
Brock Palmbos, Erik, Doc Love back here at Mason High School. Mason wins it tonight over DeWitt, 42-7. Mason 11-0 on the season. They will play at Walled Lake Western next week for the regional championship in Division III. DeWitt season ends at 8-3. They'll be back.
Yes.
A lot of young guys.
Yep, lots of sophomores and juniors that were big contributors for Coach Rob Zimmerman this year. So the Panthers, tough one tonight, but yeah, they'll be back next year.
DeWitt scored on their first drive of the game. Travers Moore scored from 1 yard out, extra point good, and it was 7-0 4 minutes into the first quarter. And then it was all Mason after that. It was 7-0 at the end of the first quarter. It was just dominant Mason the last 3 quarters. A.J. Martell, a 2-yard touchdown. Extra point good. 8:56 of the second quarter, tied at 7. After that, Kason Carswell threw to Tyler Baker, a 59-yard touchdown. Extra point good at the 6:10 mark of quarter number 2, 14-7 Mason. Mason then scored with 56.8 seconds to go in the second quarter. 15-yard touchdown run, Kason Carswell. Extra point good, 21-7 Mason. On to the second half. It was the Cole Reese show, really, offensively and defensively. Forced a fumble later on. Just was all over the place in the second half. Cole Reese, a 5-yard touchdown run. Extra point good at the 6:17 mark of the third quarter. 28-7 Mason. Then Carswell threw a 10-yard touchdown pass to Cole Reese. Later in the third quarter, 35-7 Mason after the made extra point. And then in the fourth quarter, A.J. Martell got it into running clock range as he had a 71-yard touchdown run on the first play of the third quarter. Extra point good, 42-7, and that's how it was for tonight. DeWitt, 9 penalties for 65 yards. Mason, 7 penalties for 52 yards. DeWitt had 2 turnovers on the night. Both stopped potential scoring drives.
Yep.
Even though it was just 2 turnovers tonight, it did affect the game. Mason did not turn the ball over tonight. That was a factor tonight as well. So Mason wins at 42-7. We're going to take our last time out and come back, get some more analysis from you, and go over the scores from the Mid-Michigan area because everything is final. One final break, and we're back on the game, 7:30 a.m. WVFN and the Lansing Sports Network.
Sports.org. That's lansingsports.org.
WVFN.
Brock Palmbos, Erik Doc Love, back here one final time from Mason High School. Mason wins it tonight over DeWitt, 42-7. Outstanding performance by Mason tonight. Kason Carswell was terrific. A.J. Martell got bottled up early in the game, got it going more in the second, got it more going in the last 3 quarters, a 71-yard touchdown run. But then it was the Cole Reese show in the second half, offensively and defensively.
That just shows how deep this team is. You know, everybody can contribute. You know, if somebody isn't there for you in the first quarter, somebody will step up in the third. Somebody is different in the third quarter. It doesn't really matter. They're so deep. They're good talent, offensive, defensive side of the ball, and got that potential to be the best team this school has ever had in history of football.
They're 11-0 now.
Yep.
They will play at Walled Lake Western next week for a regional championship. They beat Walled Lake Western in week number 8 pretty convincingly.
They did, and they're looking for their 3rd straight semifinal appearance if they do beat them.
Doubting Industries' presentation of high school football brought to you tonight and all season long by the Lansing Sports Commission. No matter the sport, the Lansing Sports Commission can make your next event your best event. Plan on something greater. Find out more at lansingsports.org. By Kitzmiller RV joining us tonight. Thank you to them, the key to quality RVs. That's Kitzmiller RV. Keen's Variety Store in Mason. Great gifts for the entire family all year long, and especially this time of year.
Yep.
Christmas time, holiday time. They have everything. I'm telling you, folks, they have absolutely everything for family, friends, even people you don't like. You can get them a gag gift or whatever. They have everything. And Jeff and Chris Metz and Doubting Industries. Been our sponsor tonight and all season long, our title sponsor. And they recognize the efforts and commitment athletes give to their sport, to the sport of football, not only tonight, but all season long. And they're always interested in individuals that have the drive and desire to be successful in work and in life. Check them out at doubtingindustries.com. You may find a successful future here. Well, we got area teams that have a successful present and a successful future because we got a lot of teams that won tonight. All the area teams that played out of area teams, if that makes any sense, they won tonight.
Yep.
In Division 2, East Lansing defeated White Lake Lakeland at Lindsey Adams Stadium 35-7. They will play Byron Center. And if the calculations are correct, I'm not going to go through them right now because I don't want the wind to blow them away. I believe that's going to be Byron Center at East Lansing next week for a regional championship because Byron Center beat Caledonia tonight on the road. Portland rallied from behind and beat Hastings on the road. 38-24, another district title for the 11-0 Portland Raiders. Coach John Navarre, a sensational job once again. Upset of the night in the Mid-Michigan area, if not the state. Hazlitt goes to perennial state power Chelsea and wins 30-22. Hazlitt and the Amakri brothers and Coach Brad Thomas go on the road, win a Division IV district title, 30-22. Fantastic win for Hazlitt.
That's a huge win for him.
Ovid Elsie has beaten Lansing Catholic in Division 6 tonight, 42-13. Ovid Elsie 7-4 on the season, district champs in Division 6. And in Division 7, Powama Westphalia, another district championship. They are 10-1 on the season. They took care of Bath tonight, 42-15. Heck of a season for Bath, however, getting to the playoffs, beating arch rival Langsburg in round number 1. A successful season for the Bath Fighting Bees. And tomorrow, Deckerville is at Portland St. Pat's. They play at 2 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. That's for a regional championship. Winner goes to the semifinals next week in 8-player Division 2. Before we wrap up, final thoughts from you, Doc.
Big one from Mason, obviously, and then if we're looking for all these other games right here, I mean, Hazlitt winning at Chelsea is huge for him. Portland rallying against the Hastings squad as well. East Lansing rolling, another team that's been super hot after having struggles early on in the season. Lansing Catholic, they got a win last week, but then over at Elsie, they found a better team to knock them off, and then PW, the train keeps rolling for them, man. They had that one loss early on, and then they've won ever since.
So that's going to do it for us here from Mason High School. Thanks to Nathan Vandenberg. Thanks to Beanie Howell. Thanks to Jessica Gibbons for helping us get on the air tonight. And thank you for listening. As I cough one more time. Thank you for listening tonight. Thank our great sponsors, Dowding Industries, Jeff Metz, Chris Metz, Dowding Industries, Keen's Variety Store in Mason, Kitts Miller RV, and the Lansing Sports Commission. For Nathan, for Beanie, for Jessica, and for my broadcast partner, Eric Doc Love, I'm Brock Palmbush. Thank you for listening. Tune in next weekend, hopefully Friday night, we will have a game for you. If there is a local game next Friday, and a game involving a local team Friday night, we will be there. We will know kick times, dates and times, maybe on Sunday, but definitely Monday morning.
Yes.
We will let you know Monday morning or Monday afternoon what game we will be doing next week. So for everybody I just mentioned, I'm Brock Palmbush. Thank you for listening. Again, the final score, the Mason Bulldogs 42, the DeWitt Panthers 7. Good night, everybody. We'll talk to you next Friday night.